Yo, what's up, guys? We are live. So, as you guys saw on the thumbnail, what market crash? I'm kind of tired of hearing about a market crash. Everything is falling, everything's going down to zero. It just sounds absolutely crazy. I'm tired of it. We're here to continue talking about how Pokemon is continuing to pump and just moving forward with that because this makes absolutely no sense. The Pokemon is not crashing. The Pokemon market isn't crashing anytime soon. Things do pull back as products should with reprints and things like that, and maybe in preparation for other things, maybe with the summer, slowing things down. But a crash, yeah, we're gonna leave that alone now. We're gonna leave that alone now. What's up, guys? What is up? Let me, as always, share this to the Discord real quick. I've seen way too many videos about a market crash. There are so many people on different platforms just talking about what's going to happen. They know what's going to happen and the market's going to crash and things like that. I'm tired of it. I know there's a lot of you guys out there tired of the very, very same thing. Yeah, all we're seeing right now, if anything, more than anything, is just opportunities. Opportunities coming up. Uh, and what's funniest about opportunities is that when people see them come up, they like that's when they get the most afraid. For some reason, they get the most afraid, and, yeah, I simply don't know why. What is going on with this thing? Let me just this thing's acting a little weird, but okay. Alright, that's out to the Discord. So weird, what this thing is doing right here, but whatever, we'll figure it out. Something's acting up over here. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Everybody good today? I hope you guys are all enjoying the deals that are popping up with Destined Rivals ETBs, all these supposed to be really, really small sets nobody likes. Hope you guys are enjoying them. Something is happening with my freaking Discord right here. How about I try this? Something's wrong. I'll leave that alone for now. Neuro, what's going on, bro? Thoughts on overprinted hybrid modern IRs driving scarcity down and preventing any meaningful price growth for anything below SIR level rarity? Well, it's we do have a lot of illustration rares. A lot of these cards are pretty easy to pull. You know, everything feels overprinted in the current market, right? Like right now, everything feels overprinted. Every time something gets pulled, people keep buying it, everybody's ripping, and everything seems to be not only in abundance, maybe like you said, it seems to feel overly printed, but it's only now, right? After a certain time period moves on and we're not within, for example, the mega block, a lot of these products, a lot of these cards start to seem a lot more scarce. They start disappearing off of, sites like eBay. It starts disappearing from card shows and things like that. A lot of people, like I was not, were around during the Sun and Moon period. To them, they got to see a lot of those cards over and over again. People talk about those team up cards. They talk about the Lovebirds, the Latios and Latias that were really inexpensive for a very, very long time, like incredibly inexpensive. And now that that card has become that much more scarce because of time having moved past, like you don't even find that many good quality cards available aside from those that already have been keeping them clean. But they become more scarce as time move forward, right? Up until that, you're not going to see that happening. It's funny. I have eBay pulled up right here, right? And I'm pretty sure. Why did I do that? Okay. I'm pretty sure that at some point, like this promo here that I was buying before, I'm pretty sure that at some point this promo was everywhere, right? But this is a Sun and Moon promo. Now that I'm looking for it, it's a little harder to find. It's a pretty cool promo though. It's Latios, Latios in the back. The point is that because it's been so long, like whatever it was, 5 or 6 years or 7 years since this card was printed, it seems like it's incredibly scarce now. And I think we're going to experience that at some point with other cards. I've started buying this Eevee promo, because even though there are a ton of Prismatic Evolutions ETBs, I'd like to buy them and just set them to the side. I personally think that at some point, even that promo will be harder to find. You'll as time moves forward, people don't take care of them as they should. You start having a much harder time finding mirror copies, and there begins the scarcity of not only just the card but a near mint copy of that card. So it's gonna work out, bro. Like at some point, nobody cared about a lot of these cards, whether it was the Stellar Crown, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. Those when Stellar Crown was first out, those cards were everywhere. Now there's less and less of those, even though there's still a lot of them out there. There just happens to be less and less. Collectors buy them, they put them in their buying them in their binders to keep it away. It just becomes part of their collection. Um, a lot of these cards start disappearing, regardless of how good they are, how many get printed, how many get pulled. Eventually, cards start disappearing, whether it's because they didn't take care of them, or like I said, just people putting them away in their binders, just keeping them. Collectors do it. There are collectors out there that are buying cards and filling a binder full of just one card. And things like this, for just many different reasons, it happens. Right now, it feels that way. I know that it feels that way. I know it. There's, you know, this guy, Garame Jamal, another content creator. He has a binder full of Flygons. $6 card from Phantasmal Flames. He loves the card. He keeps buying it. I'm assuming that at some point, that fan base is going to come into play and probably make that card a little more valuable as time moves forward. But the point is that that's a $6 card and he has a full binder of Flygons. Just an example there. It'll happen. A lot of these cards will become a lot more scarce as we move forward. Right now, it just feels that way. Like this card is everywhere. And, I understand what you're saying. It's preventing, like you said, meaningful price growth. But with time, that's really a big part of it too. Like not rushing what that price growth is supposed like and the time span that it's supposed to happen. We can't rush that either, right? We have to allow these things to grow. It's my issue with 151, right? 151 is of course a very nostalgic set. It's a great set, but it just went out of rotation, and these packs are already $30 a pack. The cards within 151 are not very valuable. Yeah, there are many valuable cards, but they're not like insanely valuable. That top chase isn't $800. It's not $1,000 because it hasn't had time to age. Even though there are a lot of those Charizards, it still hasn't had enough time to age to merit a price point that high. And so that's really the biggest thing. It's time. Give these things time. Um, you'll notice that even with sealed product, right? A lot of people want to fast forward the Destined Rivals price point. They want Destined Rivals to be $1,000 a box. Most of those people already own the amount of boxes, or they've already built up that position to where they want it, right? And so they want these boxes to appreciate to 1K overnight, but that's not realistic. It's not how things work. Given time, if there's a specific card that you like and you buy several of them, chances are that it's going to do well. Chances are that you being a collector, like most of us are, we all love Pokemon. We know which Pokemon are popular. Chances are that if you buy that card that you're thinking of and you buy several copies of it, years down the line, it's probably going to be popular. It's probably going to be valuable. So just keep that in mind. Time is really the biggest factor in the Pokemon market. Dios, what's going on, bro? What up? How you doing, man? Thank you for stopping by. Roxy, what is up, man? Thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Poke Painter. I've been buying EV, SPC, and ETB promos. Yeah, I'm right now. I'm buying the ETB promos. They're much easier to find at the moment. I am considering. I'm considering looking for just sealed, but I'm just picking up which. So the first of all, the cards I want to pick up are cards that I feel are gradable. If they don't have good centering, if they don't look like they're in good condition, I'm not picking them up because at some point, like I said before, as time moves forward, and let's say either of these cards, whether it's the ETB promo or the SPC promo, as they become harder to find when we move forward in time, people are going to want not only the near mint copies, but they're going to want those well-centered, gradable copies, right? So they're going to have more valuable. They're going to have more value. And also, if I decide to grade them, I'll have that option as well. So I take my time buying them. Like I could go out and buy, 20 of them right now, but those 20 will probably not be worth grading. So I take my time buying them. I think I bought like in the last 2 days, I've only bought like four. I think I'm really picky. I'm not going to lie. I'm really picky. Let me see. Purchase history. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I bought six. I bought six. You know which card also has interested me? It's this one right here. This card right here. I bought a few copies of this one. I don't know if people are gonna like it, but it did interest me. I don't know why I switched to the back of the card. This card right here. This promo. This is a Cosmo Hollow promo with the Black Bolt stamp on it. It's actually a nice looking card. I do question how many people actually like Victini, though. I don't hear that many people saying they love Victini or it's their favorite Pokemon, even though he is a legendary. It's I don't know, but I do think he's cool. I know some people do like Victini, so I bought a few of these as well, and I could buy more. They're cheap. They're really cheap. I just don't know. Like I question whether it's even worth me wasting time. I don't ever hear anyone talking about Victini, even though he does look really cute and he does look really cool. With the Cosmo Hollow, he looks really nice. This Black Bolt stamp actually is one of the better looking stamps in my opinion. So I don't know, but I did pick up a few of those. Um, so Ray set best, yo, that set, man, people are gonna go crazy. Like if I saw, like if there was gonna be a set to FOMO into that you should FOMO into, it'd probably be this one, right? That Ray set is probably gonna be the set that you should FOMO into. Um, it's for sure the best booster box of 2026 by far, clearly. And if I had the opportunity to pre-order right now for $250, I'd buy. Honestly, I'd buy a case right now. But that opportunity isn't there. I think Hobbiesville had like a limit of one per person at 250. When I finally saw it, that was sold out. So people are gonna FOMO into it, but it's probably the set you should FOMO into, to be honest. That's at least how I feel about it. And so if I have an opportunity to buy some Rayquaza uh, set, why am I calling her some Delta Rain? Why am I calling it that? I read it because of what you wrote made me say that. I don't know why. Uh, my brain is scrambled eggs. But yeah, if I had an opportunity to buy some Delta Rain right now or pre-order some right now, I would. I would easily get that out the way and I would get myself a case right now. F that. I want my money now. Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do. But even though I know you're trolling because you have a store and you've been around for a long time and you know exactly how these things work, a lot of people aren't accustomed to that. And I don't blame people for thinking that way. In reality, I don't, because if you've come into Pokemon within the last 2 years, even though I am still relatively new to Pokemon investing, I haven't been here for years, right? Like I understand, I have a very good understanding of what investing is, what to expect, how to work it, but a lot of people don't, and they then don't have experience with Pokemon investing as well, and then because of what's been happening in the last 2 years, they're expecting just everything to absolutely take off, right? They're expecting everything that they buy to triple MSRP right away. You can flip the product right away. They expect, within 6 months for a booster box to go from, MSRP to $500. And I don't blame them for feeling that way because that's literally their experience. You can't blame anyone for feeling that way because that's all they've seen. If you've been around dogs and all they've done, the ones that you've seen, all of them have bitten you. You probably think every dog's gonna bite you. It's the way it is. But that's not reality. Eventually, this insane bull market will come to somewhat of an end. I don't think it's ever gonna go back to what we had before. But when that time comes, people are gonna have to adapt to that slow growth. Like you really will have to adapt to the slow growth and just be okay with it. If you invest into anything right now, other than Pokemon, whatever stock it is, unless it's some random little, I don't know, meme coin that blows up overnight for about 30 minutes, you're not going to experience that kind of growth anywhere else. It's not going to happen. So realistically, just get used to that slow growth. You can invest into a dividend stock and you'll realize that you could put $1,000 into a dividend stock, and at the end of the month, that dividend stock is going to pay you, I don't know, $12, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, but you keep reinvesting, you keep biding time, you're reinvesting, and over time, that starts to compound, and you start to realize gains at some point. I'm just chilling, want to hang out. Nice, yo. Listen, I saw that you said Logan Paul was going live at 9:30. Make sure to let him know that I'm live. Okay, I appreciate it. Let him know that I'm live, and that's it. This is the place to be. Rayquaza is a green sliver of the Sky Dragon. Oh my god. From Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my goodness. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was so cool back in the day when I was like 12 years old. That first original show was the best. They couldn't, I guess they tried, but they couldn't make it any better. It was the best. Thanks for your thoughts. I'm opening up a shop and live stream soon in my country in Hong Kong. Any thoughts, advice if you were in my position? Cheers. Oh, that first off, congrats. It's a new beginning. I think you're probably nervous. I would have to assume you're nervous, or maybe even a little scared, which is good. Those are all great feelings when you're starting something new. It's part of the process. First off, I really wish you success. I hope you do well. Um, so if I had any thoughts of opening up a shop, I don't have a store of any kind, to be honest. You're saying a live stream. Are you going to sell online, like whatnot, for example, or a drip, something like that, maybe? If I had any thoughts on anything that had to do with other people, and this is what I mean by this, you run into people who are, for example, in the retail world, right? And they're dealing with people every single day, but they hate dealing with people. It's odd, but people do take these jobs while hating to do the exact task that the job requires you to do. So I will say, love communicating with people, learn to love communicating with people, be happy communicating with people, and have like good energy, positive energy with people. Treat people well, and they're going to treat you the same. I think that is something that people take for granted, to be honest. Treat people well, and they will treat you the same. That to me, I think, is probably the best thing. Just with that alone, you're going to develop relationships. You'll have people who will continue to support you. You're going to be able to work out great deals. I think that right there is one of the most underrated things in any kind of business, to be honest. But I don't have much advice when it comes to a shop. I actually want to open one up myself one day, so I'll be going through that same learning process. But yeah, I wish you luck. AZ, what's going on? I've been grabbing the Tyranitar stamped Cosmos. How I thought about that one too. I have thought about it. I just don't like the way that card looks. I don't know why. I think that's from the prismatic thing, no? Isn't it? Isn't that from the big prismatic box? Wow. Tyranitar stamped promo. Um, I think you're talking about the prismatic one, right? Not the Destin Rivals pre-release, correct? Am I right in saying that or no? Are you talking about this promo right here? This is from the prismatic box, the big one. If you're not talking about that one, then you'd be talking about the Destined Rivals one, but they have different versions of that one. The Pokemon Center one, which is clearly pretty expensive with the Pokemon Center stamp, $70. It came down. I think it was really expensive before. Um, Tyranitar 96. Let's see. Let's see if it comes up on price charting. Here we go. I don't know if you're talking about this one, but originally this thing was pretty expensive. Ungraded, it's saying sold listings at 40 something, but before it was more than that. What was PSA? 170? Even that, I'm pretty sure was a lot higher before. Yeah, look at this at the start. It's definitely come down from those highs. Maybe it's a good time to pick this card up. Maybe it's a good time to pick this card up. I don't know if this is the one you were talking about, but there are several of those stamped cards that you could be grabbing. Paldea Evolved promo. So let's see what that one looks like. I think I've seen that one as well. That's what a stamp as well, correct? Yeah, this one is a lot nicer, actually. Way nicer. I'm pretty sure I was looking at this card as well. I look at so many cards, it's not even funny. I'm pretty sure I was looking at this card as well. I do like, you see, like some of the promos don't look great. This one looks nice. I do like this one. I'm pretty sure I was looking at this card. I probably have it a few of these put away actually already. That's a really nice one. Good pick. I'm gonna put it on my watch list so that I can remember to pick some of these up. That is a nice one. Not every stamp looks good, and as time moves forward, if you've noticed, a lot of stamped cards are like really expensive. You know, people, like I said before, as time passes, cards become old. People don't take care of them. They become harder to find. People stash them away in their binders. They forget about them, and they become a lot more scarce than they were. Then you remember them. I'm buying DR, Phantasmal Flames, and Prismatic, sticking to this plan for the long haul. I mean, those are the top sets, right? Outside of I guess the only one you didn't include in there that I'm surprised you didn't is Ascended Heroes. Um, but I believe heavily in Prismatic. Prismatic is one of my bigger positions. I think it's my biggest position in anything. Right, I have the two ETB cases, and I will tell you right now, I could pick up more Prismatic, but I don't know why I see it like this. I guess, but I also see that there are many opportunities out there. And the only thing that bothers me about Prismatic is the amount of room that it takes up. But I have two ETB cases, I have two SPC cases, I have, a bunch of three-pack blisters and poster collections and things like that. So I do have a decent amount of Prismatic. Could I have more? Yes. The issue is space because, an ETB case is pretty big, a SPC case is decently sized as well. The SPC case, surprisingly, is not that big because the SPCs are smaller than the average UPC. So that's not bad as well. But great picks, in my opinion. Destined Rivals. I do have a decent amount of that as well. I don't have any Phantasmal Flames. I missed the boat on Phantasmal Flames, and I'm kind of okay with it. Just because, I couldn't buy at that time. I wasn't liquid. I didn't have the money for it. So, I just simply let it go. If there happens to come like a reprint for it, I will definitely buy into it. But at the moment, I'm just relaxing for now. When it comes to Phantasmal Flames, I am really hoping for a reprint for that. I really hope that it does come and it provides me and many other people with better opportunities. It is a pretty cool set, specifically because of the Charizard. I really do think that's one of the best Charizards ever. It's definitely one of my favorites. I think a lot of people out there agree. I'm hearing more and more as time moves forward that the Phantasmal Flames Charizard is like the number one favorite for a lot of people. So I think that's going to do well down the line. It's Charizard. If you look at like the Pokemon that you should be investing into, Charizard is definitely one of them, if not the top one. So Phantasmal is also going to be a great one for the long haul. I sold an ETB today for $1,200. LOL. Patience is important. Yeah. What ETB was that? It must have been something old. something old, like Celestial Storm or something. If you get a booster box, it gets CT scanned. What? I can only imagine what's gonna happen when people grade the ETB. I mean, a booster box or ETB. Like, what are they gonna do with like I don't know a PSA 10 Evolving Skies booster box? Like, what's that gonna be? Like, that would be insane. You know what I mean? Like, that would be crazy. But then again, it's like I don't think it's worth doing it. Like, who's gonna afford that? Like, how often can you grade those, right? And then if you do have a ton, what's happening here? Target dropping stuff right now? I'm getting notifications. Sorry, guys. Target dropping stuff. Pitch black, ECBs and booster bundles. What else? I just saw something else here. Oh my god, another drop for Target at 3 a.m. Looks like SPCs are gonna drop again. SPCs are gonna drop again. It's insane. What's up, bro? We need a video with you and Pack Hike Collective. I was already on a live with him. I did a live with him. I did do a live with Pack Hype with him and Broke Pokemon. But I don't know. He's doing his own thing. You know, if he ever invites me over, I'll happily come over. I don't have a problem with that. Um, but I let people do their own thing. You know, I try not to bother people too much, to be honest. Um, but people are welcome. If even if somebody wanted to come on to my stream, very welcome. If especially even somebody in the chat, if somebody here it's like if first off, if it's somebody who's been here who I can trust, because people have done weird things to people like this. If it's somebody who I can trust, somebody that's in the Discord that wants to hop on in the stream and have a conversation, you are very welcome to. Just let me know. We could do that at any moment, actually. Did my first submission on May 20th and I'm receiving it back soon. Both my cards got a 10. Let's go. Nice. What'd you grade and where did you grade? Let me know. Bro, I've had so much prismatic. I said I was gonna stash. I ripped it all. Oh my god. Yeah. Me and like I said before, me and my fiance have ripped over 200 packs of prismatic. And that's including a ton of ETBs, a ton of 3-pack blisters, an SPC. Like it's been a lot. It's been a lot. But every single thing that we ripped, we did rip that I got at MSRP. So I do try to enjoy the hobby when it on the in the ripping side of things because I do like to rip as well. So if I can get things for MSRP, it makes it easier to justify ripping it, you know. So I try to do what I can to rip. I definitely enjoy ripping. Ripped 3 TBs, 3 bundles, and NSPC. Could have sold them and just gotten number. That's true. That's true. But a lot of people are chasing that feeling, you know, that feeling of finally like ripping and pulling a god pack, for example. Like my fiance wants to pull a god pack so bad, like so bad. Um, and just even just get an SIR hit. Like we never actually got one. We did get two through a rip and ship, but we never actually pulled one ourselves. So something we're still looking to get, man. Bro, Phantasmal is still a crazy deal. People forget the gold and the SIR is way more than 1K in value raw. Yeah, I think it's a great, like I said, I think the set's amazing. I think some of the cards there are actually underrated. Piplup is actually a pretty popular Pokemon. I like the Dugong personally. It reminds me of my childhood when I used to play the Game Boy game, like when I had the red version, not Fire Red, the original red version. Um, at the end, when I kept demolishing the what do you call it, the Pokemon League and the Elite Four, Dugong was like my top Pokemon. Dugong is actually incredibly strong in the game. I don't know why, but that Aurora Beam was tearing through every single thing. It was nuts. Buying Prismatic SPC the whole way down, looking to get into DR, the Destin Rivals ETB cases if they go to distro. Yeah, that's something I'm going to be paying attention to as well. The Destin Rival, like I said before, I think everything Destin Rivals is going to do well. Like anything, 3-pack blister, bundles, you know, ETBs, somewhat similar to what we've seen with Evolving Skies, right? They have all performed well. Like, to be honest, thinking about it, like, if you look at just any era you look at and you look at like the top 3 sets, any of those ancillary like any of those sets, the ancillary products do well. You look at everything in Sword and Shield, Evolving Skies, of course, ancillary products are expensive. Fusion Strike ancillary products are expensive. Lost Origin fusion ancillary products are all expensive. The regular ETB for Lost Origin is like $220 or $200. Like, it's insane. So, I don't disregard those ancillary products, especially for those top sets. So, like Scarlet Valley era, how they evolved ancillary products are getting expensive. Of course, Destined Rival ones are probably going to be expensive. They already are, and they're going to be more expensive down the line. And then you would have to, think about what could be that third place set. You could think Surging Sparks. You could potentially think Twilight Masquerade as well. I actually saw Twilight Masquerade's sleeved booster packs for like $10. Things like that. Like, those may actually all perform really well. We've seen it happen in the past. So for sure, those Destin Rivals ETBs, I'm not looking past those. I was going to talk about them during this live. I did have some information that I read from an article, but I think I'm going to leave it for tomorrow. I think I'm going to make a video tomorrow specifically about Destin Rivals ETBs and why they're amazing buys right now, and why, even though they're amazing buys right now, they're probably going to be even better buys in a few weeks. So we'll see. I could be wrong, right? But we'll see. Hidden Fates, remember Canadian. What? Remember Canadian? What does that mean? Oh, Canadian pricing. Okay, okay, okay. I got you. Got you. Still, Hidden Fates is a beautiful ETB either way, and it is really expensive, even in USD. Picked up a bunch of Ascended Hero ETBs. At what price point, man? They're at like 100 and they were at 170. I know they bounced back. They're at like 178, I believe. I saw earlier today. Inept, what is going on, bro? Thank you for stopping by. You can already grade a. You can? I have not seen that. I didn't know you could do that. But in reality, I don't even think it's worth grading a booster box. Like I said, how many people, if grading a card gives you like this insane multiple, what is that going to do to a booster box that's already insanely expensive? Like, that would be kind of crazy, I think. I told Logan Paul you're alive. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see if he shows up, man. I graded Anzoroark's Ascended Heroes. I like that card. I actually do like that card a lot. Steven's Metagross, I love that card as well. Those are two beautiful looking cards. Through PSA, regular submission. They were from a God pack. I knew they had to be clean. That's sick, man. Congrats on that. That's what a lot of people like myself are chasing, man. That insane dopamine hit. Too bad they don't sell that shit in a freaking pill, right? Because people would be drug addicts. Oh my God, broke. What's going on, man? Thank you for stopping by, bro. How'd you do on Power World? I know you're excited about that thing. That thing looks a little weird to me. I don't know. But then again, I like I said before, I don't really want to dive into other TCGs personally. I know this is directed at drunk, but personally for me, the only TCG that I will be diving into, and probably pretty hard, will be the Naruto one that comes out next year. They already like revealed that they're gonna have like manga rares, kind of like One Piece. But Naruto is just like I've rewatched that show like 3 or 4 times, and I just told my fiance if she wants to, I'm down to rewatch it again. Like, I love that show. So I'll definitely buy into Naruto next year. So I'm about to buy some DR ETBs again since they're hitting 150, and that was exactly the price I called last time they dipped the reprint. Yeah, so I think they're at 140. I think that, you know what? It doesn't matter. People in my life are my freaking top supporters. You guys always watch my shit, regardless if you hear the information again. So I think the ETBs are going to drop a little further. They're at 135 right now. I knew they dropped it under 140 because I saw it earlier. And so they're already at 135. So they're under 140 inept. So you're definitely going to find some better prices for sure. Lowest sale 117 is insane. What do we have lowest listed here? 135. I earlier there was something lower, something like 132 or something like that. So you know what's insane? I know this looks like a great deal, and I'm not saying that it's not, especially in comparison to where it was, right? It was at 220 at some point, 276. Probably it was manipulated, though. I did call this out at some point. If the market decided if the market as a whole, could work together, maybe be a little smarter and I said, you know what? We're not buying yet. We're going to wait. Let's give it a week. All these prices would be insanely low. It's just like, of course, that'll never happen. But if it did, that would be absolutely insane. So, what I was talking about was I was reading an article. Let me find this thing. I was reading it on my phone, and it was about the reprint for Destined Rivals and what is. How do I send myself? How do I get myself this link? Um, Trying to figure out how to send it to myself somehow. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to send this into myself so I could show you guys. So, okay, let's see if I could pull this thing up real quick. So I got this article from, believe it or not, YouTube Finance. Um, oh shoot. So I got this article from YouTube Finance. Yes, that's fine. I'm gonna have to get like a pop-up blocker to get rid of this stuff. So they were talking about basically, and this article was written in July 5th. So this person clearly had information ahead of time that we did not know about up until I guess like recent days, right? So article was written in July 5th talking about the best buys in July 2026, which was Destined Rivals and Pitch Black is what he's discussing here. Let's see where it is. It's somewhere here. I'll let you guys know for it in a second. We'll find it together actually. Pitch Black, sealed product, choosing the best entry point. Um, that's Pitch Black still. Destined Rivals restock 2026 and Prismatic Evolutions restock 2026. A historic supply correction is actively reshaping the secondary marketplace. Retail supply lines are receiving a massive Pokemon TCG reprint wave 2026 that targets heavily inflated legacy expansions. Right, of course, this price point for this box was incredibly inflated already at over $200 for the regular ETV. A massive logistical movement sends over 1 million, 1 million units for the popular Destined Rivals restock 2026. Simultaneously, a combined 2 million plus special collection units land across national brick and mortar locations during the Costco and Sam's Club Pokemon TCG restock initiative. So this is like insane. 1 million units. That's that. I don't like I said, I got this little article on this site, Athlon Sports from YouTube. I'm sorry, from Yahoo Finance. So I'm trusting this article because of that specifically, because I don't think Yahoo Finance would allow something that's false to be on their site. But it's really interesting because right now we're already at $135 for the Destin Rivals ETBs, and I feel like we haven't had a taste of what 1 million units looks like right now. And so, even though these price points look good, they might get even better. But yeah, I agree. They're a great buy right now, in my opinion. I'm just looking personally. I'm looking to see where to buy them from. If I can find a place that doesn't charge tax, because there are some sites that do that, I would buy from them. Um, Locally, I don't see them on Facebook. Right? Like, yeah, I'm gonna look right now to just confirm that something else hasn't come up. I know people have pre-ordered through GameStop, but I haven't had that chance to pass by GameStop. So, Destin Rivals, ETB. There's one in one. Is that only one? How many does this guy? Okay, okay, okay. We just struck gold. Just struck gold. $130. 20 available. Yeah, yeah. I'm contacting this guy. I'm gonna set up a time for the weekend. Insane, 130. Wow. Wow. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for bringing that up, Inept. Thank you for bringing that up. You did that right there. It's funny, bro. My local Dollar General had Lost Origins packs, one pack mini portfolios sitting forever. I guess no one knew they had a pack inside. Probably that. Well, from that's what I pulled the Bulbasaur from Stellar Crown from. Funny enough. Black Bull and White Flare ancillary product is pricey too. I've been trying to get good deals on the Victini boxes. Yeah, the Victini boxes I think are a great place as well, just because you have 2 packs of each. And I think that anyone who wants to rip Black Bolt in reality also probably wants to rip White Flare, because even though Pokemon had divided the two as separate sets, it's one generation. So a lot of people, including myself, even though they're separate products, I see them as one set personally, just the way that I choose to see them because they're one gen. Um, but yeah, I think it's a great deal to be able to find those. Like if you could get a great deal, I think those are great pickups. And honestly, like the illustration, the 4 packs, and if you think about like how many products we've gotten with actual illustrations in comparison to before, like I feel like they're doing that less and less, which sucks. And that Victini should have been a textured card. I don't know why it's not, but yo, Toad, what is going on, bro? What is going on? Thank you for joining, man. We are doing well so far. We're 40 minutes in, and it feels like I've been doing this only for 5 minutes. I mean, just conversating with you guys, bro. It's a high. I wish I didn't get. Now I want to friggin' rip every God pack set. Yeah, it's insane. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Like I said, thank goodness they don't sell that in a pill, or they can't clearly. But yeah, dude, the Naruto looks so crazy. Give me Madara manga, and I'm set. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Madara, Itachi, Madara, and Itachi, uh, probably would look insanely sick. Who else? Who else would look like really insane? Just trying to think if there's anyone else that I think would look absolutely insane. Shisui is pretty cool to me, in my opinion. Like he's pretty cool. I do have like this attachment to Jiraiya. Jiraiya was the worst death in all of Naruto. That's the worst part of the show. Not that it's a bad part of the show, but it's just the worst feeling you get from watching that show. I really wish he had not died, bro. Naruto's looking pretty good. Anon said they're going under 100. What do you mean by that? Please further explain that. Naruto. Oh, you're talking about the Destined Rivals ETBs? Confirm that that's what you're talking about, because you're talking about Naruto and then you said going under 100. Let me know exactly what you're saying. Just bought Tula TCG player, which is cheaper than eBay now. eBay auctions is 140s plus tax. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to find a place that didn't charge tax. There is a site I used, Blowout Cards. They don't charge tax, but their prices aren't always the best. You have to like get lucky and find a great deal. And I think, is it Hobbiesville that doesn't charge tax as well? I can't remember. Off the top of your head, what are some good grading plays that are realistic? So far, I'm looking at Gold Star Greninja and Groudon from Paradox. So, off the top of my head, I'm going to tell you right now, the Gold Star Greninja is not a great grading play. The only reason why is because I think that thing has like under a 5% gem rate. So the odds are against you right there. So you just might waste money or lose money. If if I could grade right now, I would just grade some, depending on like all value bulk is closed, right? So you're not going to be able to grade cheap. So if you're going to grade express, you should clearly be grading Rayquaza cards, because the Rayquaza set's going to be coming out. And if you don't have Rayquaza cards, I think it's worth grading Lucario cards, because the Lucario set is coming out in January. So just trying to stay ahead of the ball. You could definitely be grading some Lucario cards. You could be grading, where is that thing? I don't know where it is. I had one here. Oh, I don't know where I put it. I don't know where I put it. I don't feel like, I don't know. I have like these 2 large stacks. I feel like if I touch it, it's gonna fall, and there are a lot of cards there, so I'm trying not to touch it. The Lucario from the collection box for the Ascended Poster collection box, you could be grading those, because those might bounce back in value. I know they did drop down after people kept grading them over and over. If you're looking for cards that are cheap and have good value when you grade, if that's what you're aiming for, because you did bring up the Greninja, you could look at the Ends Zekrom ETB promo. Even the regular one is doing really well in the 10. So those are some that I can come up with off the top of my head. Karma, what is going on? And one other one is the Gengar Mega Attack Rare. I think so. We're always trying to grade cards that are going to have like this 5x multiple. But at the same time, if there are cards like that Lucario from the poster collection that have come down in price, or the Gengar Mega Attack Rare that has been like probably graded so much to the point that the value has also dropped, it's a good time to grade. Keep that in mind. A popular Pokemon with a low value in a PSA 10 off of its high is a good time to grade, because you have to consider the fact that PSA does have that insurance fee, right? So they're gonna, once you get that 10 on a very expensive card, they're gonna hit you with that fee, right? So the cheaper the card is, the cheaper that fee is gonna be. And if it is a popular card, it is worth grading and holding. That's what I think for cards like those, whether it be the Lucario from the poster collection, whether it be the the Gengar Mega Attack Rare from Ascended Heroes, things that are well off their highs. It's a good idea to grade those, because that insurance fee is a difference maker. You could be grading a card that's going to be $1,000 in a 10, and you're going to be paying a hefty fine just for getting a 10 from PSA. So if it's off its high and it's not that valuable for the moment, I think it's still worth grading that. So something to keep in mind when you're grading cards. There are a lot of cards you look up that are well off their highs, and people tend to want to look at the next card that's maybe like 2K in a 10, without considering the fact that if you do grade that card, that is probably going to rebound. Right now, while it's low, that insurance fee may be a lot lower than what it was. So keep that in mind. Yo, Karma, what is going on, bro? Thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate you guys. Everybody showing me love from the Discord. I appreciate you guys coming over. Thank you. Rayquaza looks awesome after seeing the video. Yeah, that card looks sick. I think a lot of people, it's like, I forgot who said this in a video that I saw today. It's very much like the Mewtwo from Destined Rivals. A lot of people were really upset when they didn't get what they wanted, so they started trashing the Mewtwo, even though that Mewtwo actually looks really cool. He looks menacing, he looks powerful, he's next to Giovanni, but everybody wanted to just look past that because they didn't get what they wanted. So I think that the Rayquaza card actually looks amazing. I'm loving it. I can't wait. I hope I get my hands on it. I hope I pull it or something, because I think it's going to be a really valuable card. And also, I would love to have it just as a piece of my collection. I think it's going to be a great card. Obito as Toby would hit. Yeah, that too. That too. I'm telling you, there's a lot of potential for Naruto, man. A lot of potential. Naruto has a huge fan base. No, it did not keep getting, the show didn't keep getting made as as um as One Piece did, but I think it's going to give One Piece competition people do not expect. Naruto fan base is really big. The Naruto fan base is bigger than people think. It's just not, you're not going to see it as much because you don't have the show continuously going. People aren't talking about the show, so you're not seeing it talked about on social media that often. But people love the show. For example, like I said, I've watched the show 3 or 4 times. There are many other people that have as well. So just keep that in mind. 22 for DJ. Just dropped the new Naruto cards in general. What do you mean they dropped them all? I saw that there was like a sneak peek of a few of the manga cards. I don't know if they dropped them all. If that's what you're trying to say, let me know. Worst part of Naruto is the filler. Always have to skip like 30 episodes. But you know what's good about Naruto? Not about Naruto. What's good about like the internet these days? You could literally look up all the filler episodes and just skip them and just go to continuing on with the storyline and things like that. 22. I wish Bleach got the same treatment. LOL. It's just one set in Union Arena. I don't know anything about that set. I don't look up, like I said, I don't look at any other TCGs outside of Pokemon. The only one that I am considering is Naruto, just because I know Naruto so well. That's the only reason why. I don't like to dive into things like, I don't want to do, for example, people jumped over to that Lorcano thing. I don't know anything about Disney. Like, even if I'm one of few kids, I did not want to watch Disney, even though I did see movies like we all saw The Lion King. We all know who Mickey Mouse is. And it was only until a year ago that I found out that Disney also owned the rights to Gargoyles. I didn't know that that was part of Disney. Outside of that, I really can't say much about Disney. I did not enjoy watching Disney movies as a kid. You know, I was a kid who wanted to watch like Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z, um, and things like that. So Transformers, you know, that was all those were all cartoon shows on TV, and that's what I liked. So I like to just look at things or dive into things that I actually know. If they come out with a Naruto TCG, I'm gonna know every single character that's in there. You know what I mean? So I actually know who are the most popular ones there and why they're gonna be valuable and things like that. So that's what I'd like to stick to. Even though in Naruto they did a great job making every character popular. Blowout cards prices is wild. Yeah, sometimes, but not always. Not always. Like 200 over market on most cases. Yeah, sometimes they're wild, but sometimes you catch them having some decent prices. I look at like several sites. So whichever one I find that has the best deal at the time. But just I pointed out blowout just because they don't charge tax. Uh really, yeah. Yes, I've seen clean looking copies sealed, but I don't want to open it and it's screwed up. Yeah, for sure. That Greninja is not easy to upgrade. Blowout cards used to have good prices, not anymore. Not right now. Not right now. But you know, like I said, be on the lookout. They did have a good deal on the pitch black blister with the slowpoke promo. They had a sealed case of those. I think it's like 16 of them. Was I forgot how many come in a sealed case for those, but whatever. They had them for like $109. If you look at MSRP for that case, the MSRP I think was like 116, 160. So they do have things from time to time. The value just keeps changing. Just reached out to a marketplace seller with 14D. Oh, nice. That's what I'm saying. The guy by me has 20 for 130. That's insane. TCG player order canceled. Nice. Good for you, man. I'm glad you caught that. I mean, you caught it for the both of us, Inept. So thank you. Currently, all mega attack rares at PSA. Nice. PSA only upcharges if it gets a 10. It's not simply if it gets a 10, it's the value, it's determined by the value of the card. So if you were to grade a freaking gold star and it got a 9, you know, it's probably going to be really expensive. They're still going to upcharge you. It's dependent on the value of the card. My mega attack, but I only mentioned a 10 because we're aiming for 10s. My mega attack rares are yeah, I saw you misspelled. I got you. Don't worry. Yeah, bro, I have the Trikachu. I'm still debating whether to send it. Why not? Now, listen, if you're going to be grading with BGS, I suggest you get yourself one of those little, I showed it before. I don't know where it is right now, but it's one of those like little magnifying glasses that like jewelers use. If you're gonna send to BGS, you need to be using those kinds of tools, right? I don't care if you think it's silly, you need to be using that jeweler tool with the actual measurements on there. If you're gonna send to BGS, don't waste, because you're not only gonna waste money, you're gonna waste time. And if you're not going to go that hard with the grading, then I suggest you send to PSA. My gay rate PS9 only went up like 70 bucks. It's a PSA 9. And like I said, it's determined by the value. BGS is cheaper. I think I might have a shot at the black label. Now, another thing to keep in mind, if you do not get a black label, people do not like to buy BGS slabs. PSA slabs are still the most liquid out there. People do not like buying BGS slabs. Keep that in mind as well. The odds are against you to get a black label, and people do not like to buy the BGS slabs. So keep that in mind. All right. Hopefully that helps. Yep, I'm going heavy into the set. Been piling up cash, and now the hardest part is to wait. Yeah, this time that we have from now to the Rayquaza set is something that is not something. It's not something we're used to. We usually get the Japanese set, and then the English set comes out like a month later, and your pre-orders are already available to you at that time and you're able to buy. It's something that I was talking about in the last video, and we're not going to have that opportunity now. So if Storm Emeraldo, the Japanese set, goes absolutely crazy right now, when the English set finally releases, those starting prices are going to be through the roof, like insane. And it's not really working for us. We're in a bad position right now when it comes to the price points for that set. They're about to wreck Lorcana with collector boxes. Nice, nice, nice. I mean, people get to enjoy them. Enjoy them. You know, they at the end of the day, you know, those over the night flips and jump in prices, they're not realistic. Once again, let them have collector boxes. Let the things actually age. Let people actually people that are actually in love with Lorcana, that love Lorcana, let them hold on to these cards and enjoy them, grow value. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of this stuff is really being moved by flippers and people that just want to take advantage of what the hobby is doing right now. Like just overall TCG hobbies right now are going crazy. So there are a lot of people that know that, you know, and they just want to take advantage and flip and they don't actually care about any of it. So I'm glad that's happening. Let the people enjoy the freaking TCG. Brad, what's up, bro? What is up? Your lives and Pack Hype Collective's lives are my favorite, bro. Haha. I only y'all also did like release date drop videos shopping. Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoy the live, man. That's the goal. That is the goal, man. I like I said, I was on one of his lives before. If he ends up inviting me over again, I'll have no problem going. I'll hop on anybody's lives. You know, if you just hit me up, I'm down. Set up a date and I'll be there. The loop, yes, the loop magnifier. That's what it's called. The loop magnifier. If you're going to grade with BGS, to be honest, I'm not grading with BGS. If I were to get a card that seems to be perfect, maybe I'll grade with BGS. But aside from that, I'm grading with PSA and I'm still using the loop magnifier. There is a 55 to 45 ratio when it comes to the borders. You might as well just be sure, you know, save yourself the trouble. Me and Rev just buying old cards, trying to get grades between 7 and 9s. Still good margins of profits. Yeah, the older cards give you decent profits in those grades, but the newer cards usually don't, right? We've noticed many times that the raw value of a modern card is more valuable than a 9, even though in my opinion it shouldn't be, but that's what it is, especially for modern cards. I left my ass and we crack 9s. Yeah, they're talking about uh older Rayquaza cards. So those older Rayquaza cards probably still do well in 9s because they're older, but modern cards that won't work. Just got here. Did you see the lawsuit against PSA? And no, I did not. No, I did not. Please let us all know about that, please. Yes, bro. Thanks for the tip. I'm gonna pre-grade a little more. Might just send a PSA with Pokebeard's discount code. Says BGS don't have one. Oh man. Yeah, man. I'm glad that helped, bro. Charizard V-Star promo should be 1K raw. Charizard. Oh, this one. This one. I love this card. I love this card. I was buying this card for a little while until I couldn't find any more good quality ones that were well centered on eBay. I think I I think I have like 6 raw. They were pretty hard to find, and on eBay they're a lot more expensive than they are on TCG Player. On eBay, when I was buying them, they were all like somewhere from 80 to $100 each. And like I said, they're really hard to find in good quality when it comes to centering. And for that reason, it actually has like a decently low gem rate. So it's also the reason why it's like $1,500 in a 10. So, but it is an amazing card too. Don't worry, let it age, bro. Let it age. It was in Sun and Moon. I mean, sorry, it was in Sword and Shield. It wasn't that long ago, reality. Let it age a little more. I think it's gonna get more and more expensive, bro. It really is. Don't you know what I am missing though? The Mewtwo V Star. I don't have that card, and I need it so bad. Bro, I was hoping Delta Rain would be bigger. I think it was supposed to be a Hoenn set, but with all this demand, it got slashed, probably sharing with the Lucario set. Maybe it's possible, but it seems like that's been the theme this year. Small sets. Every single set has been small outside of Ascended Heroes. It is what it is. Like I said before, as long as they give that top trace, whatever it is, a good supporting, you know, like cast, you could say almost like the other SIRs, which they gave us the Raikou, which is amazing. They gave us the Groudon, the Kyogre illustration rares. They gave us um a Mega Golurk SIR. I want to see a clearer picture of that card because the only picture out there is really blurry. I want to see a much clearer picture of the Mega Golurk. It might be a really cool looking card. Um, but then they gave us the Azurill, which is a beautiful illustration rare. I'm hoping that that's the ETB promo. That'd be a nice one. Yeah, man, they did pretty good with this set being small. All the other sets don't have as much as this one does for sure. Pack Hype about to go live with Henry. Nice, nice. I haven't been down Henry's thing in like a month either. He hasn't hit me up, so when he does, I'll be there too. The Ray is honestly cool, but kind of underwhelming. I thought it would be more like the Zard X. It's more dynamic, like AI wallpaper. I mean, some people are saying something like that. Like some people are having that issue with the card, but I personally don't see it like that. Like that Charizard looks good because you have a whole evolution line below it. The Rayquaza wouldn't even have that. It just have the one Rayquaza. I think the card looks pretty good. Could it have been better? Yes, but so could have so many other cards, you know? We could all use our imaginations. I'm pretty sure that we could, you know, somehow put together some insane card in our brains, right? But leaving it to the illustrator, especially since this is his first SIR, Inept in my Discord pointed out that this person who drew this Rayquaza is the person who won that Pikachu um that 2024 contest. That Pikachu, let me look it up. Pikachu 2024. You guys definitely know this card. Where it looks like the Pikachu's yawning. This card. So this guy who won this illustration contest in 2024, he's the one who drew that Rayquaza. So this is the only other card in existence that he has that he drew. So actually think, if I remember correctly, it recently shot up on it was getting bought out on TCG Player after people found out that he was the one who drew the Rayquaza. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see here a decent amount of buys at some point. Yeah, right here. See, this was the day that everybody realized, and so 57 were bought. Look at the market price, $19. Look how fast that in reality probably got manipulated. People found out, and these listings weren't that. Of course, I mean they were decent, but damn, look at this. Not bad. On eBay, you probably find some better price points, but that's his card. It is Pikachu. It probably will do well long term, regardless of whether it's that artist or not. Chances are that it will do well. If you're going to be investing into a Pokemon, it should be Pikachu, Charizard, Gengar, Umbreon, the top ones, and they usually all do well. So that is another card. It is a Black Star promo. It is not a Hollow, sadly, but it is a Black Star promo. It's probably another card people could be picking up. That's a good one too. What's your plan on Delta Rain? I want 2 to 3 cases or split between cases and single boxes. Yeah, I mean, I'm there. I'm right there with you. It all depends on how much capital I have available to me at a time, and then what the price point is. Right, the entry point. I've said so many times. I know that, like I said before, I said earlier in the stream. If you're gonna FOMO into the set, this is the set to FOMO in. But at the same time, the utmost important thing, especially in this Pokemon hobby, is your entry point. So do your best to get pre-orders in your LGSs, like whatever site gives the best price point. I know it's easier said than done, but like do it because do your due diligence, do your work, like really try to go out there and find some decent price points because entry point is the most important thing in Pokemon investing. It really is. So, but yeah, in a perfect world, I'm right there with you. 2 to 3 cases, you know, just stacking up on them. That what is that? If they're 250 per box, a case is 1500. So yeah, that's where we're at. But I do plan on like if I could pre-order 2 cases now if the opportunity came right now, I'd buy it literally right now. But I'm purposely gonna start setting money a different almost like a different account, not even an account. I'm just going to stash money to the side specifically for that set so that I have it ready. I might even set it aside in cash in case I could go to one of my LGSs and buy it. One of my LGSs don't charge tax if you pay cash. So I'm glad we had a few back-to-back mid sets in Pokemon, finally getting some product and vending machines in stores, general MSRP prices in the newer sets. Yeah, listen, just last night I bought a few more pitch black booster boxes. I'm not The way I feel about these, like, more affordable boxes, um, isn't gonna get swayed by the opinion of people who are getting their emotions involved in Pitch Black, saying that it's not the greatest set, that the Darkrai is underwhelming, that the Morpeko is okay, and that they don't like the set. Listen, time and time again, we've seen Pokemon showing the very same exact thing. The sets people don't like still perform. Pokemon Go is still performing. Shrouded Fable is still performing. All these sets, in the Scarlet and Violet era that are small sets that people did not like Obsidian Flames, like Stellar Crown, bigger sets that people didn't like, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, still performed really well. Journey Together got trash talk. It still gets trash talked, and it's still $275. Like, what are you gonna do? At the end of the day, they perform. So I try not to, I do talk about cards that I like, and I will, of course, give you my opinion as a Pokemon collector, as a just a fan of Pokemon since I was 10 years old. I will tell you what I like. We're all gonna have that opinion, and we all have that right. But I'm still gonna buy a Journey Together at MSRP if it's there. That was the last MSRP box that I saw up until last night, where I think it was Forge and Fire had Pitch Black for MSRP last night for like 5 minutes, and it sold out. So I got a Journey Together case at MSRP. I got extra booster boxes at MSRP, regardless of what people were saying. I don't care how people feel. It still performed, right? So something that I'm definitely looking past. I just ignore all that other stuff. Of course, there are other sets that perform better, yes, but the entry point's not the same, and usually you're not, you don't even have the opportunity to buy them at the price points you want. It's a massive lawsuit for fraud that was just filed recently. Definitely worth looking into. That's sick. Um, can you, if you have a link with the article, can you post it in the chat? Super Wordle. Thank you for letting me know about that, by the way. For sure, if you can put the link in the chat, I appreciate it. The Sleepy Chew. Yeah, Inept was the one that pointed that out in the chat. Inept actually pointed out that new artist. I don't know if he's new or if it's just a new style of his. The person who's like embroidering, doing embroidery with the like stitching, like that Nidoran in the Rayquaza set, where he's like stitching it. I don't know if I don't know how many more cards this person's gonna make. Is it their first? I'm gonna go to the set. I think doesn't Poke Beach have the whole set? I hope they do. Oh, not there. I don't know if you guys all noticed, but Inept was looking through the set and he pointed it out. So I just want to see. No, not Pocket. Come on, Pocket. Is this the whole set? No, this is just secret rares. No, come on. Can I need to see the whole Storm Emeralda set. I want you guys to see. Here we go. 76 main cards revealed. I'm gonna find the card as I scroll and then show you guys. Come on, where are you? I'm pretty sure here it is. Look at this card, guys. This is how illustrators in Pokemon get like a huge fan base. So it looks like the illustrator's name is Tayu, Tayu, and this is like all stitched. Look at that. That's amazing. This is how you do something different. This is how you stand out. This person, if this person makes like an SIR, if they get an SIR one day, it'd be amazing. If they get an illustration rare, it'd be amazing. I can't wait to see what that would look like. But this looks sick. It actually really looks sick. Like amazing job. Like job well done. Job well done. Ray would have the evolution line of Caterpie. Oh my goodness. Of course it would. I saw that fake AI card that had the Metapod as a second evolution or something weird like that. I have 15 of those Pikas. Nice. Nice. Where's the best place to get chili cheese fries? Oh my goodness. Chili cheese fries. Man, my stomach can't even handle that kind of stuff anymore. You really can't. I don't even chase that stuff anymore. I'm thinking about going to this cheesesteak place soon. And man, there will be some kind of damage after that. If the Groudon and Kyogre SARs had SARs, I think it could have rivaled Destined Rivals. Yeah, probably, but it would have to be a much larger set, of course, because all these smaller sets all have like 6 or 5 SIRs, right? Like if we look at not Destined, of course, if we look at any of the smaller sets, Pitch Black has oops, not there. Oh, it didn't register. Nice. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 SIRs. 6. I'm just making sure I didn't miss one that got like cheap and it fell. I'm glad this is at $15. I'm gonna be buying this card up, that's for sure. Um, so 6, right? And then you go to Chaos Rising, it'll probably be the same thing. I don't know why I keep putting near man like it matters. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5, 6. Same thing. 6 SIRs. So these smaller sets all have 6. So, you're gonna have the Rayquaza, the Raikou, the Zinnia trainer. What else was there? The Mega Golisopod, the Mega Golurk. What's the last SIR? See real quick. Last SIR that I'm forgetting. Look at this NK. Q card. NK. It is a Q card. Um the Altaria's okay. So actually it's pretty cute as well. Where is it? What is the last card that I'm not remembering? Oh, this trainer right here. Another trainer. So 6 SIRs, like I said before. They all have 6. It's just not enough room. Oh, this is a better quality image. This is what I wanted to see. This looks okay. Who drew this? This looks okay. Yeah, I think they could have done a little bit of a better job. Um, it's still it's not bad though. I don't think this is horrible. I don't think it's horrible. I'll say that. I don't think it's horrible. But yeah, if this set was bigger, if so, there's a part of me that wishes that this Rayquaza set was a bigger set, but I also wish that it wasn't a Rayquaza set. I wish that this was just a Gen 3 set because now that we have these Pokemon in there, you know, isn't it going to be like a little unlikely that we're going to get a Gen 3 set? I'm just saying. um, I feel like it makes it a little more unlikely that we're going to get a Gen 3 set, and these are all Gen 3 Pokemon, right? So I really do wish that wasn't the case, but there's nothing we can do that just is the case, and so many other things that we could have gotten here, like Black Bolt and White Flare did. It would have been that would have really broke everything. Bro, the other day at night, I heard about the Destin Rivals GameStop, got pumped, excited, woke up to went to GameStop the next day, sold out every GameStop in the area. Insane. So I don't even know. I'm not even gonna try, to be honest. I feel like it's been long enough to the point where it's probably all sold out in my area. So especially with me being in New York, it's probably all sold out. Sadly. So yeah, I get it. If the cycle is right, Journey Together ETBs were skipped. Definitely going to get a few. It was my first ETB. Already nostalgic for it. Can only imagine how it'll be for kids now in 10 years. Yeah, I hope, if people actually got to rip it, especially, it'll be even better. I think the Slowpoke from Blister Pack might be a play. Gonna pick up a few. Yeah, it probably will be a play. Slowpoke. So a lot of there are a few Pokemon out there that don't get like They just don't get in the spotlight like others do, right? Like it's always Charizard, Pikachu, Gengar, these big legendary Pokemon like Rayquaza. But then you have the smaller Pokemon, certain Pokemon that do really, really well. Psyduck, for example, if you look at Psyduck throughout probably the history of the TCG, you find out that Psyduck is one of the Pokemon that is really, really valuable. Then you look at Magikarp, also really, really valuable without even considering how they evolved Magikarp. There are many, many valuable Magikarp cards out there. And then one of the other ones as well that I can think of off the top of my head is Slowpoke. Slowpoke cards do really well, like really well. So do not sleep on that promo, bro. Destin Rebels booster boxes is selling sub $500 on TCG Player. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. You know, watch my video tomorrow. It will be straight up just about. I know we already spoke about it here, but please support the channel. I decided to do it here anyways, but this was supposed to be for a video tomorrow, so it's still going to be for that. Um, we're going to look at it together right now. But tomorrow, like I said, I'll make a video. Listings at 44. So this reprint that we were hearing, was this also, and let me know, Odyssey, because I know that you might let us know. Um, Is it also booster boxes that we're getting? Are we getting booster boxes right now for Destined Rivals, or is it just the ETBs when it comes to reprints? When I read this article, I don't know if you were here for it. This article right here, it says 1 million units, um, but it doesn't specify. And I thought they were talking about the ETBs only because the ETB image was here. So the 1 million units might be. It's starting to sound like it's a mix. It's starting to sound like it's a mix of things, not just the ETBs. So let me know if you do have any information on that. Please let me know. Um, so how do you even get product, bro? Do you have an LGS or friend or Facebook groups? No, I order online. I play all these secondary prices that I talk to you guys about is what I pay, literally what I buy. Um, I don't have, I do have LGSs by me, but I'm in New York, so the LGSs by me, like a lot of people go to these LGSs, like, and what I mean by that is like the same way how you see lines forming outside of GameStop, there's lines like that at the LGS by me. Like the best one is actually like a 10-minute walk, which is not horrible. Um, that LGS always has a line like out the door and around the corner, and they usually sell out. So it's tough. I would love to be able to buy things from, you know, LGSs and things like that, but it becomes tough. It really is. So sometimes I don't even try because a lot of these drops happen during the week and it happens like at open, and there's no, like, they open at 11 a.m. So I'm at work. There's no way that I can make it. A lot of people, I guess maybe they're taking the day off of work. Maybe, I don't know, man. I would dread that. I would dread to go there hours early, sit down in a chair. I don't know if people are doing that. I don't know, but this is what people are doing, and it's not. You know, I guess it doesn't matter where you are; it just happens everywhere. Or all eBay. eBay, like the I got booster boxes from eBay for sure. I've gotten ETBs from eBay. I've gotten, just like I said before, blowout cards. I've gotten ETBs from there. I bought from Hobbiesville. I've bought from all kinds of sites. This is what it is. Going in person, and it's just not easy. I don't have you guys are the closest things that I have to friends in the hobby. I literally don't know anybody in person that I'm actually like cool with that likes Pokemon, you know, and that, let alone somebody who has some kind of a connection that they can help me get like decently priced stuff. Bro, that's because I remember on pre-order day, Dustin Rabbit's PCTB were like 190, 200 on eBay. I'm kicking myself for not buying. Yeah, but at the time, this is what I was saying. Like when I said at the beginning of the stream that you can't really blame people for expecting everything to go up, because this is all they've experienced. This is all they've seen. So this is what they're accustomed to. It's just what they're used to. It makes sense to expect it. At this time, when this happened, those price points weren't normal. Nobody was used to seeing things at 190, $200, and now that we're seeing the Pokemon Center ETB at, like, 5 or $600, $200 sounds great, but nothing was at that price point at the time, nothing. At that time, when pre-orders came, right, which were, of course, like, a month before the set released, we still had booster boxes on Pokemon Center. We still had Temple Forces booster boxes there. We still had Astral Radiance Pokemon Center ETBs. We still had both Temporal Forces Pokemon Center ETBs. We had Paradox Rift Pokemon Center ETBs. Like, we had several booster boxes that were still on the Pokemon Center at the time. Nobody was rushing to do anything crazy. The one thing that had just taken off at that time was Prismatic Evolutions, then Journey Together. And remember, Journey Together, when I pre-ordered Journey Together, it was still available to everyone at MSRP. So MSRP was normal at the time. So there was no reason for you to go to Pokemon Center on the web, like on the site, to buy at those price points, because that $200 price point for Pokemon Center ETB was not something that people were used to. So to everyone else, that seemed like a crazy expensive product. So I don't blame you at all. All these PC TVs are so cool. They don't dip and throttle as much as regular TVs. Yeah, it's because they're limited. It's because they're limited. It's the only reason why, and they don't get reprints. So, like, a lot of these regular ETBs you can expect to get a reprint. Like Phantasmal Flames ETBs are really expensive as well, believe it or not. I don't know if you're looking at those because people don't talk about Phantasmal as much. But yeah, they're pretty expensive as well. I'm not looking them up right now. I just remembered. I don't know why I lost track talking about things. Um, I just want to see what the other price points are for Destin before we move on, and I forget again. But yeah, 482, 484. He's only got one, 500 flat. So you only have a few selling on their 500, but they're there. They're there though. One, just one at 485, and then this guy has 12 at 498. Insane. That was not expected at all. Yeah, not expected at all. So did any sell at that price point yet? Nothing. So nothing has actually sold under 500. There's just the one box under 500. So I wonder why that is. Nothing has actually sold at this price point. We'll have to see what happens given a few days or a day. This set is fire. You're talking about the Rayquaza set? Yeah, it is. It is. By the end of this era, people will flock to Scarlet and Violet. Every set is twice the size of most of Mega Evolution. Every pack, therefore, is twice the value off the rip. I mean, I think the prime example is Sword and Shield. While Scarlet and Violet was just starting to pump when Destin Rivals was releasing, Sword and Shield just blew through, like it went to the moon. That's when Fusion Strike started pumping, Brilliant Stars, Lost Orbit, everything skyrocketed during that time. So eventually, you'll probably see Scarlet and Violet do the very same thing. Um, so that's what's good about having some product from like the older stuff. Um, but eventually, we'll see a different pump with Sword and Shield. It might be a little slower, but we'll see Sword and Shield probably mimic some of the Sun and Moon things, right? Because that's just how the older things work. They become more scarce, they become more valuable, and so history is likely to repeat itself. Most, if not every, illustration rare from the first half of Scarlet and Violet are all $20 plus. Illustrations, while Mega Evolutions IR are like $5. The only reason why that's happening is because the illustration rares in Mega Evolution are more abundant than those in Scarlet and Violet. A lot of the Scarlet and Violet pull rates were much harder than the ones in the Mega Block because the Mega Block sets are a lot smaller. So the pull rates have become easier. That's the only reason why. But eventually, like I said before, as time passes, things become more scarce. They become harder to find. No word on the booster box. That, it made me think about what you said, right? Because why would anyone be selling under $500 if you didn't receive more booster boxes, right? That's just my thought on it. But yeah, let's see what happens. I don't know if people are just wanting to undercut each other. I don't know if people are unhappy with sales, because of course sales have been diminishing. We're seeing these things sell what? Yesterday, one box sold. 1 yesterday, 1 day before that, 2 on the 27th, 2 on the 26th, and 2 on the 25th for Destin Rivals. They're not moving too much. I mean, clearly, TCG Player isn't the only place where people can buy, but that's still really low for Destined. And but we are on this slowdown, right? This summer low. But people will come back. I wonder what's gonna happen like September, because September is where everything started taking off again. We'll see what happens. But if you do find out, please be sure to let us know, because I don't understand why people would list at those price points when market is at 540. The only thing that I can think of is that they're just undercutting each other. And if you go to the next page, which I will show you guys, on the next page, you have other $500 listings, 500 flat, 500. This is packs at 525. Um, yeah, 525. Okay, there aren't that many then, but still, it makes you wonder why. It makes you wonder why. I'm your best friend, number 0. Oh man. Karma, I hope I'm never number -1. Yeah, bro. Like the Chaos PC ETB I got at 150 cash, which I think is a good solid deal. The Chaos ETB, both of them are so sick. I think they look amazing. Chaos ETBs, the Pokemon Center ones, I just think that they're a great displayable product. Like they do look really nice. Chaos will definitely be a hit, bro. Greninja is still so new. Chaos Rising is available to be ripped. I think it'll be such a damn good buy in a few years. It'll age so good. I don't see reprints. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that we won't see reprints, because that's always possible. But there has been a lot of talk of Pokemon shying away from reprints. So if that happens to be the case, it means we probably won't see no more Destined Rivals reprints. It probably means that we won't see any more, Mega Evolution Base, Phantasmal Flames, and things like that. We're getting these products in waves, but we haven't seen a reprint in a long time for something. We got Surging Sparks, right? We got them in vending machines. We got them all over the place, like literally all over the place. But we got no Stellar Crown, no Temporal Forces, part of the same block, no Twilight Masquerade. Um, We still have yet to see, of course, Destined Rivals, which was after Surging Sparks. But even before Destined Rivals was Journey Together, we still haven't seen that. And from what I saw in Danny Phantom's video about like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, Danny Phantom was talking about the fact that we got a Journey Together reprint. It just was not uh, the box topper booster box. It was the regular one without the box topper. So I don't know if we're ever going to get any more of those, but we're getting less and less booster box reprints. We're getting a lot of collection boxes. We're getting a lot of ETB reprints. We're getting a lot of booster bundle reprints, but not so much booster boxes. So we'll just have to see, But if that were to happen, yeah, the booster boxes are going to have a premium. I think well, a premium just simply because of scarcity. I think they've been making sets small and printing a lot, so they don't have to go back and print more. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't feel like they've been printing a lot. Right now during this period where we got in pitch black and chaos, it just so happens to be during a time where people are stepping away from the hobby, whether it be for a vacation, whether it be because Lorcana's pumping, whether it be because One Piece is pumping. The other day on a video, Rudy said Magic the Gathering was outperforming Pokemon. People are probably running to Magic the Gathering just because he said that, or even before that, because they already knew it was pumping. People are moving between all these TCGs looking for opportunities. So all these different factors are going to play a role into why things may seem like we're getting more, but it doesn't really seem like to me like we're getting that much more of any of these products. And just because they break these things down in waves, it doesn't mean that we're getting more. So I don't know what's going on with that, but like I said before, there's been a lot of talk of them printing less booster boxes. So if that's the direction they go, these booster boxes will get more and more expensive as time moves forward, right? Especially something like Destined Rivals. I think people will kick themselves in the butt for not buying Journey Together when it was cheap. Everything else has actually been relatively expensive outside of these last 3 booster boxes that we've gotten. And if those don't get reprinted, people are going to kick themselves in the butt. People always say, I wish I bought more. I wish I bought more of those. I didn't think that those were gonna perform well, and if you're like me, you did that very same thing because 'cause I've done it. Instead, my thing was I thought they were gonna be at that price point for longer, and they weren't. So, it just hit that price point. I have a notification letting me know when a product hits a certain price point. What? Nah. Yo, please, you have all these tricks. You're gonna have to PM me or DM me on Discord and let me know exactly how you're doing that. You have to. I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to send it to me. I expect that. I expect to see a DM from you. I expect it. And what's your opinion on the 30th SPC 400 at GameStop? Not too bad. So sorry. I think. Hold on. Honestly, I'm expecting to see a lot of 30th product, if I'm being honest. I think I think the reason why a lot of things haven't been getting reprinted or printed overall, where people are seeing a lack of cards being printed, and I think a lot of it has to do with Pokemon printing the hell out of the 30th. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Literally the only thing that makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world that a business would purposely squeeze everyone so that they could be forced to buy, almost forced to buy, like almost mentally screwed to buy into the 30th. You know what I mean? Like barely give you enough of all this other stuff, let hype slow down a little bit, and then just drop the 30th on us. I think they want it to be great. I think that they want us to have a lot of this product. Once again, I don't know for sure. I just think that's just what I think. It just makes sense to me. If I had a business, I think that I would love to, sprinkle some of this stuff out little by little and just drop the 30th right on your head. That's what makes sense to me. And because of all this built up tension, of all this demand, I think that I would be very, very comfortable and confident in printing the hell out of the 30th, confidently knowing that people were gonna buy it all. That's damn. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. That's just what makes sense to me. At the end of the day, Pokemon is a business. As much as people think that Pokemon wants to like take care of them and like make sure their kids get cards, they don't care really. They care about the future of Pokemon, but they don't care at the moment if you're, you know, buying everything up as long as they get the money. But I think I don't know, man. I am at a point with those 30th SPCs that I really want to see what happens when we get closer and closer to release, and you don't have these stores on TCG Player taking advantage of everybody because they're the only ones allowed to list pre-orders, and so for that reason, people are buying. I don't know why people don't have patience, but I really need to see what it looks like when product actually hits stores. We're going to be seeing drops on Walmart. We're going to be seeing drops on Target online. We're going to be seeing drops in store at Target and Walmart. And I think price points are going to drop a lot. I do think so, like a lot. If you saw my 30th anniversary, my pull rate video from yesterday, the pull rates are extremely easy. I saw that guy that was ripping these packs. I saw him ripping binder collections, and the worst binder collection opening that he had, because that's all he was ripping. The worst, basically, batch of 5 booster packs had 4 EXs within those 5 packs. That is insane. Those pull rates are crazy. So a lot of those cards are probably not going to be valuable because they're so easy to pull. I saw so many SIRs get pulled myself off of watching one stream. Off of watching one stream, I saw all of these cards. Insane. I saw the Salamence SIR. I saw the Sylveon SIR. They both look amazing. I saw the Pokemon Day and Pokemon Night SIR. I saw so many different illustration rares. The mouse hold. Um, I can't even remember them all, to be honest. There's just too many. But I saw the Gengar SIR as well. I saw the Classic Collection Magikarp. I saw the Classic Collection Palkia Level X. I saw the Jungle Pikachu Classic Collection. I saw the Zacian Classic Collection as well. Like insane. I couldn't believe that I saw that much. There were batches of fives that had both an SIR and an IR in it. There was another batch of five that had an SIR, an IR, and a classic collection card. Like it's insane. So I don't think these cards are going to hold that much value, and it's going to make the sealed product not have that much value as well. The only thing in the 30th right now that is the biggest question mark is that one that's supposed to be 1 in 10,000 Mew. That is the only thing that is the like the X factor. What will that actually do? Will people chase that card so hard that the value still holds up? Or will it not matter too much to people? Even though I think it will because it's going to be a valuable card. But I wonder how the market's going to react, the secondary market, like with the sealed products. Are they actually going to hold? Are they going to drop regardless of them you being in there because all the other cards are really easy to pull? And just maybe that Mew will be expensive. That's also possible. There's a scenario that I see where just that card is valuable, sealed drops, and all the other singles drop. Of course, there are some singles that are going to be more valuable than others, but still they're going to drop. The UPCs are their own thing, of course. They're going to be more valuable. They already cost more. MSRP price for those are clearly much more than a regular ETB, right? So those are going to have a different premium. At $400 though, I don't know, man. It just still doesn't sit well with me. If MSRP from what people are saying is $180, I think GameStop should have it at 300. I think I think market should be at 300. But I think that people I know that the UPC is its own thing, but you have to also see a world where Pokemon prints the hell out of those. You know, people were talking about the Charizard UPC that we just got, right? The new one. Some people were saying something about like Alex from Nostalgianomics kept saying, "Guys, where are the reprints? Where are the reprints you guys were talking about?" And the day that the reprints dropped, he had nothing to say. Right? Those UPCs got printed like crazy. I remember there was a span of like 3 weeks where it dropped on Target every single morning. I literally would get a notification around 9 o'clock in the morning. It was dropping almost every single morning for like 3 weeks straight. That's how I got my UPCs, right? Now these continue to drop. I just told you guys earlier, I got another notification that they're supposed to drop at 3 a.m. or somewhere between 3 and 5. There are like 5 different things that are gonna drop. One of them is also the first partner series 3, which a lot of people are gonna want, right? But the SPCs are still dropping, right? They're still printing. They had a lot of these printed. Now, I definitely I would have to imagine that they're gonna do the same exact thing with the 30th SPCs or the UPCs. So I don't think that I really don't think that price is gonna hold. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong, right? And that's fine. I'm okay with that. I know people are afraid of being wrong, but I'm not. At the end of the day, that's what investing is. Some stocks go up and some stocks go down. Sometimes the one that you think is going to be a winner, sometimes isn't a winner, and sometimes the one that you think isn't going to be a winner is a winner. That's what investing is. People win and lose in investing, and this is the same game right here. It is a little different, but it's also very very similar. I have to imagine that there's going to be a world where that 30th UPC gets printed like hell. If they printed the Charizard one and the prismatic ones, why not the 30th one? Also, guys, keep in mind, I did mention this before. I know people keep saying that the printing facility is only going to be up in 2028, but I've said this several times. There is a large portion, which is like a third of whatever that size is, that was already a up and running printing facility. And from what I read, I had the article. I think I put it in a video. I can't remember what I did with the article, but at some point in Q3, which we're in, that section, that third, that like 400 and something thousand square foot facility was going to be up and running, and it was going to be impactful. They had an estimated percentage of how many cards they were going to be able to print from that printing facility. So, yes, the rest of that one that's under construction, that's being newly built, will not be ready till probably 2028. But this 400 and something thousand square foot facility that was already up and running is supposed to be active in Q3, which we are in. So, like I said, I have to imagine a world where, where we're going to get a ton of those UPCs, just as much as all of these other products. So, don't sleep on it. I know there are people out there, like I said before, just I don't know. I listen to everything that everybody says, right? Like I watch all these videos as well, just like you guys, but I take it with a grain of salt. There's some things that Rudy says that I know are going to be beneficial to his business. So I take that with a grain of salt. I know things that are going to be beneficial to Alex from the Nostalgianomics business. So I take that with a grain of salt. And the same thing I do with when he's on live with Pokemon. They were for a good while saying, where are the reprints? They kept saying, where are the reprints? They were specifically talking about both of them on the Pokemarket Live were specifically talking about the Mega Charizard UPCs being a certain price point, and they were making fun of people, literally fun of the chat for thinking that they were going to get reprinted. And guess what? They did. And when they did, they said nothing. So take everything with a grain of salt. There's a lot of product being printed. It's been happening for some time now. We're continuing to get prismatic ETBs. I don't remember when the last drop was, but we've had it well into this year. Um, I have to imagine that we're gonna get Ascended Heroes ETBs at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff is gonna come. So, well, I'm just not the one who's gonna just jump into something so quickly, start pre-ordering early without seeing what the market's even gonna do. How is the market gonna react? I'd rather wait and see how it's gonna react. Because a lot of this stuff, you buy in and it's just not the right time. Sometimes too early is definitely too early. Rev, what's up, bro? Thank you for stopping by, man. What's going on? Rayquaza. I'm holding out, adding to my positions. I want Delta Rain more than the 30th. 100%. And in this time that I'm talking about, where I'd rather wait to see what the market does, the Delta Rain is going to be out in 2 months, while this 30th, is going to be fluctuating in price, and they're going to continue to give us product, which is why I think is going to happen. We're going to get that set, and I am going to pre-order a good amount of the 30th. I mean, of the Delta Rain set. I'm telling you guys, um, I'm not gonna lie. By that time, I might be a little less active on YouTube because I had disclosed before that I am going to be getting moved to a different division, which is my intention, is what I want. Because you have a job, you gotta make money. Once I do get moved, I should be getting a lot of overtime. I, I mean, like once I get moved, I'm probably gonna have the opportunity to do overtime like 6 days a week. Even though I'm not going to do that, I'm not gonna do that. I want to do like 2 or 3 days a week. I might do like 3 weekdays and like a Saturday, for example. So it'll shorten the time that I am spending on YouTube, but it'll increase my opportunities for Delta Rain because it'll increase my capital, right? I'll have more money. So I'm definitely going to be putting a lot of money aside for Delta Rain. Delta Rain, I think it's a must buy. I think regardless of how much gets printed of that set, with age, with time, which is what we're supposed to be doing here. We're supposed to practice patience here. I promise you. With time, I think that set's going to do amazing. Rayquaza hype is insane. Eli was told by one of his distro reps that there is a lot of 30th. We haven't gotten any allocations yet, but I'll let you know. Pokemon Company is printing. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And I'm telling you guys, there was an article that states that the 30th, that 1/3, 400 something square foot facility will be up and running in Q3. Guys, we're in Q3. We are in the back half of the year. Right? We got into Q3 in this month, in the beginning of July. We're going into August. That thing is up and running. PokeHex said his 30th ETB allocations are 80% higher than normal. Let's go. That's what I love to hear. That is what I love to hear, guys. Like, In reality, I do want to hold some sealed, I do. But I wanna rip some of this too, man. I wanna enjoy these cards. I wanna pull that Magic card. It looks amazing. I wanna pull the Crystal Lugia. I want that SIR, that the Sylveon SIR. I wanna rip it, man. If this is accurate, that means we're gonna get some great price points. That means that even Reverend Rips that just said he wants Delta Rainbow on the 30th, even he will buy into it because he's gonna take advantage of MSRP. Don't listen to what Reverend Rips says right now. Don't listen to what he's saying right now. I know he wants Delta Rain, we all do, but if he finds MSRP, he's gonna buy it. It just doesn't make sense not to buy it, and he'll tell you that. He will tell you that. You buy at MSRP, you hold it, and then you sell it on later on, you know? So, just secured on a Destin Rivals ETB for 130. Bro, after Inept brought that up, it made me wanna look on Facebook to see how people are reacting on Facebook, and there's a listing where this guy is selling 20 of them at $130. So after this live, I hopefully remember, and I'm going to contact the person. I'm going to write to him and set up a day for this weekend so I could pick some up. The Rev Ray, yeah, Reverend Rips has been nonstop picking up Rayquazas. You know I'm stacking. Yeah, he is 100%. If people are still sleeping on the Ray popularity, cool. Yeah, there's just certain Pokemon out there that have insane popularity. If we get a Lugia set, right? Like the Silver Temple, Lugia has is another one that has a insane fan base. Like people love Lugia. You know, I was at a card show. There was a guy that only graded Lugias. You know what I'm saying? Like Rayquaza has that same fan base. People go hard for specific Pokemon. My Dragon Ball stamped arrives tomorrow. Nice. Rev, me and you chasing gold right now. Yeah, 100%. Hex also said his 30th UPC allocations is looking good. There you go. This is what I'm saying. So don't doubt too much, guys. We're going to get a lot of 30th. Don't FOMO into these insane prices. The UPC prices look insane on TCG Player. I think that even 400 at GameStop is a bit outrageous. I'm sorry. That's what I think. ETBs are going to drop in price as well a lot. I think Pokemon's going to give us a lot. Of course, I will buy MSRP. I already have locked in a case for the 30th ETBs, but we'll buy MSRP 100%. I just think only, there's a lot of people that will not. Like, who will? Sorry, I'm mixing my words up. Who would not buy MSRP? You'd have to be crazy not to. Mimic Brew. What's going on, Mimic? What's up, bro? Did you lock in on Powerball this morning? I was first in line, got 7 booster boxes at $40. No, I did not. I didn't even know they were dropping this morning. But I don't know, man. I don't know anything about Power World. I don't know what the characters look like. Are they still available? Please let me know. I don't know anything about Power World. I know Broke was over here. He was talking about it, but I know nothing about Power World, man. All error boxes, of course. Error. Oh my god. I plan on ripping a couple boxes. Yeah, I was questioning the same thing. We got the homie Mimic here. Yeah, Mimic stops by once in a while. He sneaks in. He just like, I don't know, man. He's like in the shadows, just shadow watching. He says nothing until some idea comes to mind, man. I'm telling you, I keep mentioning it every time, and Mimic is ducking me. I want to get him on a live. I would love a live with Mimic. I think it would be amazing. I think I would beat guys if Mimic he joins into the live. I'm gonna be here without a hat on for the whole live. Okay, I'm gonna be here without a hat on for the whole live. But I think it would really be fun. Odyssey, I know I think I asked Odyssey if he wanted to hop into a live real quick. He said he was good. I remember. Rev hops in from time to time when he wants. Just let me know, and anybody can really hop in. I already ripped 2, and I'm ripping 2 more, keeping 5 sealed. I also am opening a few starter decks. Nice. I mean, maybe they're sold out already. Wow, already triple MSRP. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna do my due diligence and just look to see if I can find some better price points elsewhere because there typically are other places that have some nice price points. Where'd you buy from though? Did you buy from a site Mimic or did you buy in person? Like, do LGSs already have these or are they already accepting pre-orders? I don't know anything about LGSs holding these. They say Pal World. The fact they won their lawsuit against Pokemon was huge. Yeah, I heard about that. That's crazy. And first edition. Okay. I got a case, it's on its way, so I'm the only one not buying. I bought it for the memes, oh my goodness. Brew is a true goat. He is, I love his videos, man, 100%. You think 750 for 96 sleeve packs of Stellar is a decent deal? I mean, you just do the math. What's that's really all it comes down to is just the numbers. Um, $7.81 per pack. That's not bad. That's not bad. The good thing that the one thing Stellar Crown has, the two things Stellar Crown has is two cancel Pokemon, Squirtle and Bulbasaur, and they both look amazing. Like those cards. Oh man, I it's too bad they weren't SIRs to have texture, but those cards are amazing. They do look amazing. What did I click on here? Let's see, packs. What is the pack value for Stellar Crown? Yeah, it's $7.81 at that price point. This is $10.44. Yeah, that's a decent difference right there, bud. That's a 25% discount. Maybe more actually. That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal. Riftbound is running up fast. Yeah, you've been talking about Riftbound nonstop. The only problem, like, it just makes me feel uncomfortable to buy into things that I don't understand. Like, I don't know anything about Riftbound, and I really don't know anything about Pal World. That's really why I've been ignoring those things. I don't know anything about it. If you guys have a direction to point me in, maybe even a YouTube channel that you guys think are is very educational when it comes to Pal World and Riftbound, then I'll at least do that. I'll at least do my homework and look those up and at least try to learn something. My local LGS, you could pre-order in new for the next set in October. Yeah, but you just said that that first box is the first edition box. That's probably much better than just buying that second set. Thanks for your info. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Anytime, bro. Anytime. My LGS got it in. Plan on grabbing some tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, you have a crazy LGS though, Rev. Your LGS treats you guys good. They really do. Pokebonks, what is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. How you doing, bro? How are you doing? Uh dropping wow. Rudy dropped an hour-long video about Pokemon. I know what I'm watching after this stream. Yeah, you know what? I mean, you mentioned it. I'm gonna be watching the same thing after this stream. What is the just gonna look up what the title of his video is. Let's see which direction he's going in. Probably the direction of telling you you're an idiot for not buying the sets that everybody else hates. Let's see. Pal World versus Pokemon is a big deal. Wow. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Pal World versus Pokemon is a big deal as a title is crazy. I'm sorry you can't see because of my head. That's crazy. That's you know what that means, right? That means that I literally have to look up Pal World right now because if it's gonna take off, it's very, very possible. Is it even on TCG Player? Like, I don't even know what site. If there's a site to buy it on, like, where do you even buy this? Uh, let's see. What is the box called? Is it called Dawn of Palpagos or something like that? Look at this, guys. Please let me know because I don't know what I'm looking at here. It's true. Carpe is saying laugh my ass off, but it's true though. Just because he said that, if I do decide to buy it, I at least want to know where to look at it. If I do decide to buy it, it's already going to hype it up. See, like I said before, um, content creators, depending on who they are, either know or don't know that they influence the market. And Rudy knows that when he mentions this stuff, he's going to influence the market. He knows. Even Alex from Nostalgianomics said something about Strider Fable, and that thing shot up. He said something about the Lucario V-Star promo from Crown Zenith, that thing shot up. They know what they're doing. So I just want to make sure, is this the box? Um, It was funny, man, LGS let one guy buy out their pitch black ETBs, and they were happy he did. They said they're not ordering more. Wow. Well, somebody else is gonna buy it up. LGS, yeah. His LGS is crazy. And then I think there should be a Raichu X and Y set as well. Yeah, 100%. Cars will definitely go ballistic. Yeah. Let's go Power World. I brought Lumius. That's the site that you're talking about. Is this it though? It's sold. Clearly, it's sold, but is this the set? I've been pumping Power World on my IG stories for a month straight. Do I have you on Instagram? I just want to make sure because I've just been like as of late, like I go on Instagram and I talk to Rev a ton there, but I haven't been incredibly active on there. So let me see if I even have you on here. Mimic Brew. Yeah, I do have you on here. I must have not just seen your story. Mm, Palpagos. So that is it. Palpagos. It is that one. Do you follow me? I mean, let me know, man. Let me know if you follow me on Instagram too. Um, oh, that this is you're saying yes, this is the box. So it was so let's see. Let's see. 124, 115. Insane. Insane. Let's see. What do we got? 115, 104, 100, 125, 115, 140, 32, 147. Japan? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I guess 115 to $125. 115 to $125. That's crazy. Cheap buy-in. Oh my goodness. Speaking of content creators, isn't Logan Paul doing that stream tonight? The uncut sheets and other first set of box breaks. I think he is. You could let him know I'm going live. I'm live right now. Let him know I'm live. Um, what's the site? I just saw somebody said Lumius. I think that's the site that Broke mentioned, but it's probably all like the pre-orders are gone. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. It says notify me. I'll put it on there for the notify me thing. $45. Um, yeah, I'll do like I said, I'll do my due diligence. I'll at least look around and see what I can find. But I really want to know at least what I'm doing here. Like I want to know the characters. I want to know what they look like. So we'll have to see. Should I steal cards? I feel bad, but can't afford them. Boogie 2988 told me it's okay to do. I don't know who that is, but definitely stealing is not the route to go. Look what I posted at 8 a.m. Actually, let me just open up Mimic. Yeah. I guess this is what you posted. This is the first thing that's coming up. Yeah. See, even he put it up here. He just posted it 25 minutes ago. Yep. GG. Power World. Yeah. This is your post 8 hours ago. Let's see what you got. Unless there's another, just in case there's another post. No, that's got to be it. Delta this. It's got to be this that you're talking about. I'm assuming this is what it is, right? Drop a little like. Crazy. Look at all these boxes. They look nice though. I'll tell you that. They look nice and colorful. I mean, it looks like attractive. You know what I mean? Like it'll make people want to like have some interest in it at least. I saw a box ripped and the cracked ice cards are nice. I haven't seen any of them at all. Retail's $40. I've been following you for a while. On Instagram? I don't know you were following me for a while. Just play the game. Oh, there's a game for it. I'll look into the game then. Is it like an app? Is it like on a system? Is it on a computer? Oh, your stories. I saw your stories. I saw your stories on my own. I saw your stories on my own 23 hours ago, 10 hours ago. This TCG will be a big deal. Don't say I didn't warn you. This morning is your opportunity. I didn't even know this was happening. I didn't know any of this was happening today specifically. I'm just not paying attention to it is the problem. And then this was also your post that you put on your story. So yeah, I mean, I'll look into it. If it's really, really going to be a big deal, I'll look into it and see what happens with it. But yeah, $40 is essentially what distro charges us. It's literally the most played game in the world the last 3 weeks. That's nuts. What? That is crazy. I'm gonna have to really look into it then. Holy crap! I didn't know that at all. That's insane. It's like really interesting as well to just see that this game is that popular right now. I mean, I know that it's supposed to be something similar to Pokemon, but a lot of times people don't go for the knockoff stuff, or at least they consider these things to be knockoff stuff because it's not the exact product or IP that of the original. It sold more copies than most major Pokemon titles. Well, that does make sense though. The price point, the hype building up for it, the fact that it looks like Pokemon, like all that together is a perfect recipe for it. Google what sales? Um, Yeah, well, that too. All of that together is like the perfect recipe. It's big because Nintendo tried to sue the devs to Power World and lost. Now their TCG is a big mill. Yeah, exactly. That too. I did hear about that. I did hear about that as well. It's just like it's like all that together is like a perfect scenario for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You bought some 2 inept, and I bet you did. Plus the cards look amazing. Are the cards like revealed at all? Like, okay. Are these? Oh, okay. Here we are. Interesting. Interesting for the back half of the stream to be looking at these cards. I mean, they look cool. They look cool. They kind of look like AI like games that have popped up on advertisements on my phone, like download this app. um the Zoe SSR. Zoe. Where is Zoe? Who's Zoe? Let's see. Zoe. I've seen this one a decent amount in different places. It looks really cute. Is Zoe a a character, like a person, or one of the creatures? What are the creatures called? Right? Let's stop calling them creatures. Who's Zoe? Wow, look at this thing. Not bad. They look cool. They do look cool. They're very vibrant. I like the like how vibrant the colors are. Zoe is a waifu, he says. Oh my goodness. What are we in for right now? Let me just scroll down. Lily. They have a Lily. Oh, she looks cool. You know what she's reminding me of? Have you guys watched Black Clover? The little elf that flies around with this guy's name. Oh my god, I was just watching Black Clover today. My memory's shot, guys. She looks like the little elf that flies around with the other main character. Oh my goodness, why can't I remember the names? My memory is shot right now. You know what it is? I need sleep. But a lot of these look kind of cool. These do look kind of cool. I did not, this was not in the plans today to be talking about. Oh, here he is, Zoe. This is a cool card. OSR, and I'm assuming this is the SSR you were talking about, or the SP. Is that what you meant? That's a cool card. This is a nice card. This is a nice card. I'm gonna have to look into the game. I'm gonna have to look into the game and learn it a little bit. But yeah, this they definitely have some cool stuff here. But I could see how Pokemon could say that they look like them. Like this guy looks like a electric shaman. Like, oh my goodness, clearly Eevee. Like, you know what I mean? But what are you gonna do? Yeah, but they do look cool. A lot of them do look cool. Piplup. That's cool. Not bad, man. Bro, I passed on it from the LGS distro guy at 500 a case. Oof. Cracked ice ones on the hollow, way better than white shorts. Well, I gotta see. The Axel card looks cool, like Chun Li. Axel, who's Axel? Did I pass it already? Ooh, Zekrom. Some of these look kind of cool. Some of these do look kind of cool. I wonder if these are all like AI generated or are people actually drawing these? This one looks cool. This looks cool. This character looks sick. Reminds me a little bit of like Absol and like Darkrai, like a mix. Looks cool. That one looked cool. You can play the game now and play with all them and have fun. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna look into it. I'm definitely gonna be looking into it. Um, the golden texture is crazy. I think I saw an image of one of the cards where the texture looks pretty cool. Digtoise, Diglett, Blastoise fusion. Yeah, these cards look. I mean, they look like mixtures of Pokemon cards. Um, but listen, it is what it is. They lost the lawsuit. These do look cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just trying to find. Can I search these things up? Because not knowing what I'm looking for. Okay, I don't know. He said Axel. I want to see the Axel. He said it looks like Chun Li. Is it another girl? Another waifu? Oh, this one. Oh, that does look like Chun Li a little bit. That's cool too, though. That's like the male version of Chun Li. That's cool. That is pretty cool. Damn. I mean, the cards look nice. They do look nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we really cannot deny that they look nice. They do look nice. Wow. Why are you guys oh, look, it's Ducklet. Why are you guys making me feel bad for myself, like regretting not looking into Power World earlier? Jeez. I pumped an SR pump action shotgun that I guess is really playable. I pulled. Oh, okay, I got you. Um, so people are playing on PC, I'm assuming. The TCG just released. I wonder how fun and how like just playable the TCG is going to be, like the functionality of it. Is it going to be easy? Is it going to run smooth? I'm curious. I'm really curious about that. There are secret there are secret actual cards like a gold kitty card in God packs. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised about that. Um, just because that they should be doing what they've seen other TCGs do that works, right? It makes sense. Damn. On Steam, oh, I don't have Steam. I do not have a Steam. I got a PS5. Number one on Steam, though. That's crazy. I mean, that says a lot. Number one. That duck named Fwack. Is that what it says? I didn't even see that. I just said ducklet. Didn't even see that. I'm just gonna look at it real quick. It is Fwack. That's too funny. That's too funny. I mean, I do see similarities with the Pokemon, but at the end of the day, Pokemon can't claim the right to make creatures that look like animals. Like at the end of the day, like if Pokemon had that right, that means no other TCG could make anything that had to do with animals because that's where Pokemon like designs come from, right? Like so. I'm glad that they won that just so that, it isn't, almost somewhat like a monopoly where no one else can make designs based on, animals. There are way better pals coming out in the future sets. This is like a legendary birds theme set. Okay, I got you. I was just looking at the first one here. I think the first one is Suzako. It says Hellfire Wings. This one looks cool too. This looks pretty cool. This does look pretty cool right here. Not gonna lie, this looks sick. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, this is really like interesting. I'm gonna be looking into this. I wonder if my girl would like this as well. She probably won't. She doesn't like playing video games. So, but who knows? Now you guys got me interested. Now you guys are making me feel like I made a mistake not looking into Power World. I hate you guys. Look at this thing. See, that looks like Gyarados. It is what it is, but it's cool that it looks like Pokemon because we can always like look back at these and just see how similar they are, and we're gonna find it to be cool. So, oh, this trainer card looks cool too. Victor Strategy, that looks cool. You pulled what? What'd you pull? What'd you pull? The Gyarados looking one, or the first one I was talking about? This bird, this one. Gonna head out, but read that Rudy confirmed Destin Rebels booster box reprints, but Distro is selling them for 400. Hence the panic selling. Have a good evening, Jay and gang. Yo, Odyssey, aka Jay Estrema. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Have a great night, bro. Thank you for being here. I'll hit you up later on the Discord. I saw you sent me the DM as well. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good night, man. The bird. Oh, this bird, this one here. Yeah, this one looks cool. This one looks really cool though. How are the pull rates? Is it like a great opening experience? Is it something like Pokemon where they're actually hard to pull, or are things actually relatively easy to pull? Because that is something that I guess tends to impact the value of these cards, right? Mimic, it's now that I'm thinking about this, came to mind. I don't know if you saw my last video. I don't even know if you watch my videos because you never comment on my videos. So I'm assuming you just visit my lives. It's the educational guess I'm gonna take right now, right? So the pull rates for the 30th celebration look like insanely easy. What do you think the value of the cards are gonna be like? SSR per case, probably, but a bunch of random hits and god packs. So which one of these is so you know what? I'm gonna click on the other ones. I haven't seen one that says SSR. This one says SP. Sorry. Why am I coughing? Sorry, I gotta pump Power World while you're live. It's cool, bro. We could talk about anything here. The one thing that I tell everybody is that yes, we talk Pokemon all the time, but to me, what this is hanging out with the boys. This is what it is. This is the closest I have to having friends that like Pokemon. No one in my, day-to-day life likes Pokemon outside from my brother, and he lives in another state, and so that's that. But yeah, this card says SP on it. I haven't yet seen one that says SSR. Expensive then crash. That's what I think. Um, I just say that on accident. What do you say on accident? Kira loves Power too. Joey hates it. Oh my goodness. Well, Joey hates me, so it's cool. I actually don't think he hates me. But yeah. Um Kira loves Power too. I think Kira she looks like she just wants to have fun with some stuff. So that makes sense. Um Joey, I don't know, man. I think Joey's a little picky with some things. Because like he hates a lot. Joey is jealous. Oh my gosh. Um, Joey is picky. Like he doesn't like a lot of these other sets. Like he hates Temporal Forces, which I like. He hates Stellar Crown. He hates the Prismatic Crowns. Like he hates A lot of these Pokemon, like he had a video, I think it was with live, sorry, with Pokechuck, and they were going over like generations and like there's so many Pokemon that he dislikes. I think he's just picky, to be honest. People overextended themselves. Pokemon is not going to crash their market, but they are tired of the scalping. 100%. I agree. I agree 100%. Um, Riftbound got expensive, crashed due to shortage. Now Origins is back over 300 per box. That's insane. I can't believe it's moving that much, man. Crashed due to reprint. Yeah. Joey hates anyone who disagrees with him. I don't know. I think he's just I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know him enough to know what he thinks or feels or anything. He said today he doesn't even like cards. What? Nah. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I think he's messing around. I think he's messing around. I think he's just doing that for the for like to get people to comment and create some kind of an argument just to get the video some traction. I think he does like cards. He said it before. He had I forgot what card it was. I think it was the Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies. He had bought it, and I'm pretty sure I remember him saying that he really liked that card. Like there's no way that I could see a world where Joey doesn't actually like cards. There's no way. Yeah, man, this thing is really interesting. Um, I'm not upset whatsoever that you brought this up at all. Joey's a cosplayer. Oh my gosh. Everyone, hottest cards of the week by Brew is a must see. Today's Thursday, though. I think hottest cards was yesterday. I saw that one already. And tomorrow he will have another video. And I think last week he had a video on Saturday. Are you going to have a video on Saturday again? Um, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Some of these cards are pretty cool. SP, which is the SR? What's an SR? I don't see an SR anywhere. They all look very similar. They're all SPs. SP. Oh, and look at the name they're giving it. Instead of alternate art, they're giving it a parallel art. And it doesn't sound bad. That does not sound bad at all, actually. Um Funny. Brew Murray, Quasi stash is growing. Yeah. Yesterday was hot takes. Oh, there you go. Yeah, yesterday was hot takes, tomorrow's hottest cards. Uh, I'm I'm trying to see if he's gonna do one on Saturday as well. Yeah, I'm trying to see which is I want to see what the SSR you keep saying it looks like. I don't see an SSR. What's an SSR? What is this? SSP. Is this what you meant to say instead of SSR? Let me know if this is what you meant. Um, this looks pretty cool as well. This one says SSP. And what about this one? SP. So is that the I guess the top rarity that you were describing that is probably one in a case? SP. No. What was this one? SP. That can't be it. TSP. Okay. That's the first one of those I seen. No. TSP again. Oh, it is SSP. You said SSR earlier. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. You're vending Saturday. Oh, well, that means you're gonna have another vending video. Am I right or wrong? Okay, so that is the SSP. So there's only one SSP I've seen so far. So which other one? Oh, is this one? TSP. No, it's not one. So there's only one? There's only one SSP in this whole set right here. The whole set has one SSP. What does SSP stand for? If you know, please let me know. Tuesday. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Lily. Lily's the other one. Okay, let's see. This one. SP? No, OSR. It's still not another one. Zoe? I don't think the Zoe was one either when I saw it. The Zoe is it's just an SP. Never mind. I could like hear you saying that with your voice. That's too funny. Never mind. That's too funny. Yeah, but these do look good. I'm not gonna lie. They do look good. They look very vibrant. I love the way that they look. I think they look really cool. This is just like a like when colors pop like this, it's like real. It's a really attractive look. So people are gonna like these. Yeah, SP. That's what I'm saying. There's only one SSP. There's only that one. That's pretty crazy. If it's that hard to pull, and this is the only one, actually, I don't even have to click on it. It says it right on the bottom. I'm such an idiot. How about this? I think there's a filter here for rarity, all rarities, SSP filter. Here we go. Here we go. I didn't realize this was an SSP when I clicked on it. Okay, so this is the top rarity, it looks like. Yeah, this will look so cute too. This looks so cute. Yeah, they did a good job. They did a good job. They did a good job. I think I saw this card somewhere, and this like gold, these like gold like leaves have like a different foiling. It it looked really nice, but it looked like the rest of the card was not. It was flat. It was like not textured, but the gold foiling on the gold on the everything that's gold looked like it had a texture on it. Well, you said Lily. There was a waifu that was Lily, and I guess you meant Liline, but you wrote Lily. Yes. Burn this TCG. What am I looking at? Karma, you just got in. This is Pal World. This is Pal World, and Mimic was talking about it. Oh, Team Rocket Joey is here. Mimic was talking about it, and he brought it up. I think the cards look nice. Look, Joey. I guess Joey really doesn't like. I guess Joey really doesn't like the cards. Zoe is the most expensive. What is OSR though? Are these more? Are there more of these? Yeah, there are. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Joey, Joey's hating these cards. He doesn't like them. Um, the Zoe is the most expensive. This really is it really that the most expensive? I mean, I wouldn't know. How are these things already? How do they already have price points though? Didn't this just release today? Are they already being sold? Like, are they already listed on eBay or something? But the Zoe is just an SP though. Not sure how much the secret gold kitty is worth. Let's just see real quick if they're selling on eBay. I think it was Zoe's strategy. They are already selling. This entire set is made by AI. That's what I was asking. I was asking Mimic, is this set made by AI? Because the images do look like they're made by AI. Which for me, in a sense, it does take away from it. The cards still look pretty cool, but it does take some away. I almost paid 300 last night. Come on, Mimic. Don't FOMO too early, bro. Don't FOMO too early. You were gonna buy this one for 300. I see it listed here. Um, how about I no, I can't do that. What is it? SP? Let's just put SP just so I could yeah, there you go. Now let me see sold listings 280, 300, 300, and all these other ones are selling as well. 200 for this one. I think this one's really cool too. 189. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that these price points are that high. This is expensive for that. The cards are not made by AI. Oh, they're not. Oh, I guess Joy was just saying that then. What's going on, Ripped? This Arguna cards. Oh my freaking god! Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think they look bad. I do not think that they look bad. Um, and if what a sealed case for $1,000, how many are in a case? Is it 10? How many are does the listing say it at least? How many are in a case? Does the description but you didn't even say how many are in there? No problem. No problem. You're awesome. You're awesome for that. Not describing it in your description. There's a list of artists published by the Pocket Pair and Bushy Road. Okay. I mean, it's good to know. They just all look very similar. Like the art styles are very similar. Everything just looks the same. It looks like everything was drawn by the same person. Some things look a little different. Like this one looks a little different comparison to this one, maybe. But the majority of cards look very, very similar. Like the art style, at least. So I thought I actually thought this was AI. Like Team Rocket Joey uh said that, but I actually asked Mimic Brew before he said that if these were made by AI. He says, "What are the artists' names?" He said there's a list published by Pocket Pair and Bushy Road. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is right there at all. What do you say? Pocket Pair. Game Development Plumbing Company. Okay. Pocket Pair. Let's see if it brings me right to it. Probably won't. Okay. Game news. Where I don't even know where I would go to find this thing right here. This is not very yeah, we'll have to find that another time. The textures are very good and all the SRs have different textures. Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I saw that one that I was talking about, and that gold, those gold leaves looked really nice. Like the way that they did the foiling with the coloring, it looked really nice. There's no artist on any card left my ass off. It's AI. Oof. I'm not feeling a single card, but maybe on the person, maybe in person they're dope. I mean, there's a few here that I think look nice. Some of them look a little too AI-ish. Like this one here looks like a AI Gyarados. Um, but they look nice. They're like very the color why the way that the color's nice, but they do look very similar. One of the first things I did ask was it made by AI? But like this card looks really nice to me. I like this card a lot. This card looks really nice. There's some cool ones here. This one, the one that Mimic said is the most expensive, which he likes. Clearly, it seems like it's his favorite. I think this one is really nice as well. If it's AI, I guess it's uninvestable. No, I don't agree with that. I think this will have its own value. It for sure will. I think the question here wouldn't be whether it's investable or not, because freaking whatever that thing is, something pony. What do you call that? TCG something pony is investable. This is going to be investable, but the longevity of it can. How long do they keep the hype going? How good of a job do they do running the game? If they can keep that going, yeah, I think this is going to do well. I think it'll do well. But the other one that I was looking at, this card does look nice as well. This one looks really cool. This is the leaf foiling that I was talking about. This gold. This card looks really nice. I think legit looks like a ripoff of Digimon. But players are actually loving the TCG mechanics and the game itself, not just the video game. That's what I was asking about. Because if they could develop a core fan base that plays the TCG, this thing will probably do pretty well. Not gonna lie. Uh, We gotta get Kira's take on AI Power World TCG. Oh my goodness. She's probably gonna make a video about it, is she not? Would she not make a video about this? I don't follow her. I don't even know what her channel is. Kira? What is the name of her? Oh, isn't she Strawberry Pokemon? Isn't she Strawberry Pokemon? This is her right here. Maybe she made one. Pokemon card shop gets exposed. No. Investor bros are panicking. It's so funny. Um, yeah, maybe she'll make one tonight for tomorrow or something like that, but she doesn't have anything right now. So, I mean, listen, if there's hype for it, Mimic just said that this is the most played game in the last 3 weeks on Steam, and it's number one on Steam. I mean, if there's that much love for that, like, I think that that says a lot. Kira is Team Power World. Does she know it's AI? Oh, that's a question for her. You'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It does look like AI to me. If it is, it is. I don't know. But it should be like all these TCGs, like buying TCGs are like MSRP, especially the way TCGs are going right now. I don't think it's a bad move. I think that buying any of these at TCG with low and buying entries, like low buying points, is the way to go for any of these that you're gonna be buying into. The only thing that I was really looking forward to was the the Naruto TCG, which I was talking about earlier. Since I really like Naruto, that's the only thing that I was really looking into. And that releases next year. Aside from that, though, I wasn't looking into buying any TCG because I don't know anything about Power World. I don't know anything about Lorcana. I don't know anything about Gundam. I don't know that much about One Piece, so I stick to what I know. Brew, I bought a tax slab. Lie. Yo, Rev, Mimic Brew knows you a little bit too well, yo. Did you actually buy one? You must have bought it at an insane discount, or you traded more sports cards into a Rayquaza. That's the only way I see this happening. Did you send it to me or are you sending it to Mimic? Let me know because I'll look on Instagram. Yo, Mimic Brew actually knows you, man. Mimic actually knows you. Oh my goodness. So what are you thinking about this Rayquaza set, Mimic? What you loving it or what? I got bored of Pal World pretty quick, at least the video game. I haven't tried the TCG, so I can't comment on that. Okay. Does it seem a little kiddish to you, Toad? Does it seem like it's more geared towards little kids as opposed to maybe a teenager or maybe somebody in their low 20s? Like, and how old are you? Maybe that helps as well. Nice Ray. Oh, so it is a Ray. I knew it. I knew it. That's the only way he'd do it if he saw like a potential in the card. That's why I'm telling you. I knew it. I knew it. It's the only reason why, because he bought it and it was a deal. It was a deal, and it's also near mint plus. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing like got a 9 in PSA or even a 10, because this does not look that bad. It's a little top heavy. I guess you can't tell the condition of the card, like the front of the card, maybe the hollow, if there's any scratching on it. It's a little top heavy, and it's a little left heavy, but I think that's fine. I think that looks like it's within those 55-45 ratio. That it's just a little top heavy, but it probably 9 in a PSA slab. I knew it though. I knew it. I knew it was only going to be a Ray, and it was a deal. Rev, look what I sent you on Discord. Oh my god. Are you going to crack it? He might crack it. Watch hot takes. It has guns. Mimic, once I get it, I will figure it out. The Ding report will tell me, okay, there you go. That'll help because this probably could get a 9. What is the Shining Rayquaza in a 9 right now, anyways? No, it's more adult 10, and I'm 32. Hmm. Adult teen. Okay, okay, okay. And it got boring to you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch some gameplay on it, even if because I don't have a Steam. So even if I don't have a Steam, I could still watch gameplay, and I'll at least determine by that for myself what I think about it. Right. So what it's 260 in a 9? Is that what you're saying? I always liked that car too, man. I was kind of upset once it started pumping. Around that range, 237. You had some sales that we're seeing here on price charting. Some sales that are recorded on price charting. 225, 350, 232, 240, 237, and a PSA 9. A 10 though, a 10 is crazy. 1.3K. But what are sometimes not all the sales uh are recorded on price charting, and some of them are also not always legit, right? We have to double check them on 130 point, 196 on bids, 260, 225, 200, 152, 350. Is that the same one? July 24th? Yeah, that one was legit. Oops. So it's ranging, but it looks like 230 more than anything else. How much did you get it for in that tag slab? What did you pay for the tag slab? I got a good deal and I needed to make sure it was real. Too many fakes. There have been fakes of this card? That's surprising to see that they made that card a fake. Out of all cards, you got it for 170. That's very surprising. I mean, it's not horrible. 170 at an 8.5. I think tag is a little more they're a little more difficult to grade with because they look at so many other different things that I think maybe people at PSA might miss. I feel like they're trying to be a little just trying to be a lot harsher on grading. That's what it feels like, at least. I paid like 220 for two shiny rays in a PSA 9. But from selling sport cards, yeah, I bet. I knew it. Not bad. For me, like I don't see too many more Rayquaza opportunities out there, like at decent price points. Hold on, real quick. Yeah, selling cards, you're just rolling them into the race. I think Minecraft Pokemon. Think of Minecraft Pokemon, but you build factories is the end goal to produce stuff. I don't know. I got tired of building and grinding all of it. And for what Pokemon with guns, they all remind me of Pokemons. But I think that's why it's gaining this popularity, right? It's because it looks like Pokemon. You know what I mean? Um, I think that's the reason. Rayquaza GX is still a play. Broom, I agree. I mean, I did see that he was specifically talking about Rayquazas in his last video, and he spoke about all of them, all the V Maxes, the Vs, all of them. Um, I just don't know how much longer. I don't know how much longer these Rayquazas are going to ride up. Are they going to ride up till this point now, like tomorrow, where the Japanese Storm Emeralda like releases, or are they going to ride up all the way through the Rayquaza set, the English Rayquaza set Delta in November? Like that's the question for me. So that's doesn't seem right. Oh, it's an auction on Golden with 9 days left. Yeah, damn. I saw that. Sweet. Yes, I do agree. I see the catch. I'm just not buying it. No, you don't. I mean, listen, we're all gonna have our opinions. You're not gonna like every single thing, right? Like that everybody else likes. Um, though I might try the TCG. I might have heard it wrong, but I heard it plays more like Yu-Gi-Oh than Magic or Pokemon. Okay. We are in July. Delta Rain drops in November. I'm playing the odds. I'm just saying because the Japanese set is already releasing, right? I think doesn't it release on the 31st, which is tomorrow? I'm pretty sure that's what I thought it was. Um, if I see them continue to rise, maybe I'll buy some cards here or there. There are still cards that I could afford that are still available out there for sure. Um, so we'll just have to see how that exactly plays out. Maybe I'll buy some cards. But even before when I was looking for Rayquaza cards, I wasn't finding exactly what I wanted when it comes to like quality of the card, conditioning and centering. I mean, I'm already really picky. I only pick cards that I feel like are worth grading. If I would not send that card to grade, I'm not buying it. So even if I own it as in the raw form and I'm not grading it, if I ever want to sell it, if I ever am gonna vend, which I do plan on vending, I want to have cards that are worth having. People are going to want those cards. They're going to find those to be valuable. They're going to want those more than cards that are way off center. My girl doesn't grade, right? But if a card's off center, she doesn't want it. So Black Wire, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. Um, It is the 31st in Japan right now, if that's what you're saying. Yes, yes. I'm just wondering if the Rayquaza hype for the singles are going to continue to rise all the way till we get to the English release on November 6th, or are they going to stop tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like, I know it's not going to stop exactly tomorrow, but I just wonder how long it's going to go on for. Because if you start buying in now, right, on some of these cards, and that hype stops, it means we're at the top. And then it means we're going to start to decline, right? And then it means you're going to potentially lose value and cards you just bought, which I wouldn't be very fond of doing, right? Like who would have fun with that? That would hurt. Um, but yeah, there are definitely Rayquaza cards that are still within my price range. I don't mind paying a little more for the Rayquaza cards, even though they're worth more now, but July 31st release, there is a 4-month time frame. Vintage and modern Rayquaza are very profitable in lower grades. Use the price charting app. You will be surprised. No, I know. I've seen it. I've seen them. I'm telling you. I've definitely looked. I've definitely looked. But I feel like it's going to pump even more when the English set comes out in November. That's my gamble. I mean, I get it. I get it. I'll look a little more. I just feel like maybe at the time that I was looking, there weren't, the cars that I wanted weren't available. Not, in the condition that I wanted them in, not, like quality. I want well-centered cards. I mean, I think you guys know that. If I'm gonna buy a rock card, it's gonna be well-centered. If not, I just skip it. My rates are already up 20 to 30%. I mean, but you've been buying for a while, right? You've been buying those for a while now. I think we go back to Sword and Shield style, where Japan is hyped for 1 or 2 months, then it falls off as English products are advertised. Yeah, I mean, but that's usually how it is, right? Usually after the English comes out, people start focusing more, or they start dumping more money into the English stuff, which drops the value of the Japanese stuff. But, you know, this set, like, even if you could if when the English set comes out, the Japanese set lowers in value, I think the Japanese set will also be a buy. Like, I'm not against buying Japanese, just as long as those sets are actually good sets. That's the only difference with the Japanese. Like, everything in English moves, but the Japanese stuff, like, if you're buying into specialty sets, if you bought Shiny Treasure, if you bought like any of the high class sets, Terrestrial Festival, if you bought Ascended Heroes, if you bought the Gloria Team Rocket, if you bought any of the hot sets, they do well. Those Japanese ones do well. So I wouldn't shy away from that. If like this set, if there's an opportunity for those, then I wouldn't mind buying those. English did pop way later on pre-release, despite split release timing in Japan. Japan goes up. Okay. Rev, apparently that Ray card is a gift from a box I sent you from Discord. I don't know what the hell Karma's talking about. When I mean not buying it, not that I won't buy the cards. No, I mean I get it. I get it. Just a Pokemon. Yes, I get it. I wish they came up with a completely new designs, their own identity. Yeah, I got you. I got you. But aren't they? Don't they function differently? Aren't the Power World characters functioning completely differently? Don't they do different things? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said before, the Power World cards, they look nice. They're very vibrant in color and stuff like that. So it's like a welcoming design. But Pokemon is way cooler. So, but it is going to be the next thing, right? People are going to be liking it. You're seeing it here. You saw Mimic Brew was just talking about it. So someone like him likes it. He was just talking about Kira liking it. A lot of people are clearly going to like it if they like the game. So, um, but we're not all going to like the same things. Have a Dragon Vault 11 stamped version arriving tomorrow. Probably only 10 copies up, and likely no LP. If I wanted to, I'm pretty sure I could find some Rayquaza cards. If I really looked hard enough, I'm pretty sure I could. What really, really sucks is that I want to grade, and with all the value bulk tiers closed, like it sucks. It really does suck. So, you know, like I said before, I always say it's the entry point, right? But there are opportunities. I think the raw, even amazing rare Rayquaza is pretty cheap right now. But that out of all of the cards, because it's like a half art, it's probably my least liked. And especially since it's not like really old, it's not an incredibly old card for it to like have that crazy value. I mean, not that it has one, for it to gain a crazy value right now. And it just doesn't look that great. The amazing rare, they look decent, but not too crazy. So yes, it's a different gameplay for sure, and definitely different strokes for different folks. 100%. I'm just holding for a couple of months. Look at the Celestial Storm GX. It is better. Celestial Storm. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why that card does not do it for me. I know it's up. Mimic had it on his hot takes video. I don't know why I don't like it that much. I'd rather this one, unless I don't know if you were talking about this one or not. But this one, I don't like. This full art, I like a lot more, which and it clearly it shows in the price points. People like these a lot more. Definitely the better card of the two. A lot of them are cool. This rainbow one is really nice in my opinion as well. But yeah, especially I love this card right here. So yeah, just looking for opportunity. If I find opportunity to buy some Rayquaza cards, I'll buy some. Talking about the normal one, the full art. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I definitely think this one's the nicer one for sure. So, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see what I can find. I'll show it in the Discord if I find something. I haven't been really showing, um, what I've picked up as of late on the Discord, but I haven't picked up that much as of late, actually. But some other things, another XY full art, a few other Lucario poster collection cards. Um, I was looking into some Lucario cards today as well. I have not been focusing on Rayquaza as well since I was unhappy with what I was finding before. I started looking forward towards the some of the Lucario plays out there. Uh, but yeah, guys, you're thinking like a collector, not an investor. When I'm looking for something and I don't find the quality of the card that I want, which is a card that can possibly grade a 10, then I let it go. The thing is that, like, I'm not simply just thinking like a collector. The fact is that a card that has great conditioning and quality to the point where it could grade well is a card that's going to be much more liquid than one that lacks those qualities, right? So it's that's the reason why I purposely focus on cards that I could find in the best conditions. That just I'm pretty sure you that makes sense to you. So for that reason, I'm staying away from all the other ones that aren't in the conditions that I specifically want them in. Um, so if opportunities are there, I'll find them. I'm going to take a deeper look tomorrow. I think I'm going to have a pretty long day at work tomorrow. I know I want to make a video tomorrow, but it's possible that I work overtime tomorrow, which means that I would get home at like, I don't know, 8:30, 9 p.m., something like that. So these types of cards are not going to be 10 candidates. You will be surprised. Ultra modern versus vintage. Yeah, for sure. Jay, with singles, are you just trying to quickly flip them after you grade them? It depends. It all depends on the card, right? If there's a card that I see that's a beautiful card, right? That has potential in my eyes, and when I grade it, it doesn't already have that value, I'd hold. I have no problem holding them. It all depends on the card. If you're in the middle of a hype period and you grade a card and it's well into its all-time high, let's say if it was once a $500 card and we're still in the middle of this hype period and it is a $1,500 card, yeah, I'm selling it right away after I grade it. It all depends on the situation for each card. Everyone's different. It's just like it's almost like every ancillary product or every product plays a different role, right? Booster boxes are getting displayed, ETBs are getting displayed. 3-pack blisters are great for vendors, for rip and shippers to rip, for the collector to get later on, or even now to be able to, get some packs and stuff like that. For me, like I see it that way. Every card is going to have a different role depending on where it's at. Uh, on the price point after like the value when it gets graded, is this an older card, is it a newer card? If it's an older card, it can still move, it's still going to be a more volatile product compared to the sealed item, but it's still going to be more stable than the newer stuff. So it's going to make it so that I make different decisions for different cards. It all depends on what the card is, really. If it's a card that just came out yesterday and it's for some reason $6 raw, but $300 at a PSA 10, I'm selling it right away. You know, but if it's $6 raw and it's $80 in a PSA 10, but it's a beautiful card, I have no problem holding it. I'm only into the card what I paid for the grading, right, which is like 20 something dollars. So I don't mind holding it. It all depends. All right, but I am going to be calling it. I am pretty tired. Oh, okay. I was about to end it, and we could extend it a little bit. Let's see what Mimic what does Mimic Brew what is Mimic Brew trying to do? Welcome to the channel, Strawberry Pokemon. This is definitely not your type of channel. I'm gonna let you know right now. This is an investing channel, but um, I think people see it in many different ways. Look, Mimic. uh, yeah, this is definitely an investing channel, so I don't know if you're gonna enjoy this channel, but Yeah, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, we talk all kinds of stuff here. Today, we happen to have gotten into a conversation about Power World because Mimic Brew said he had to pump it on my stream. So we were talking about it, and Joey hopped in here for a little bit. He said I guess he mentioned the same thing to Joey. I guess he told Joey to get in here as well, because he said Joey doesn't like cards. So we were looking at these cards, and I said that the first thing I said was that, well, the first question I asked was, "Are these made by AI?" So Joey says they're made by AI. Someone in the chat earlier said that there's a list of artists out there. So I was just questioning whether this was AI or not, just because they all look so similar. Like you could see it, like even in the design of the eyes, like just the way that they have them, like they look very, very similar. So it seems like AI to me. I don't know. Like I said on Mimic, the designs look cool. Um, no, I didn't. Joey's a troll. You're a big fan of Power World. That's what Mimic said. Mimic said you're team Power World. I mean, a few others are here too. Rev is too funny. Yeah, Rev bought into some Power World as well as some Riftbound. But I don't know. I don't know enough about any of this stuff to confidently just go buy something. I learned more in the past half an hour with Mimic Brew talking about these cards than any other point in the last, I don't know, 2 months about Pal World. So, but I don't know. They look like knockoff Pokemon stuff. They look like AI. Um, Somebody in the chat also said that that he got bored of playing the game. He played it a little bit. He said he got tired of building. He said you got to build in the game and grind. I don't know what the game is like, but I am going to look up some gameplay, like I was telling Mimic, so I could at least see what's going on with it. But yeah, I mean, I did say like some of these cards are like I think they're really nice. I know I saw an image of this card, like it was like an image of this card and this gold, these gold like leaves had like texture, and they were like they looked nice. This card overall just looked nice. It just looks nice overall. The colors, it pops really well. It looks like a cool card. It looks like it should have just been a freaking Pokemon, but it's not. But and then there was another card. This one right here looks really nice, and my favorite color is green. It's not the reason why I'm saying these cards are nice, but you know, it is a really nice card in my opinion. Um, what else? Yeah, for me, those were my two favorites. Other than that, I feel like, oh, and this one looks nice too. The one that Mimic Brew was talking about that he likes. This one's really nice as well. Um, but yeah, outside of that, they look very similar. And that's it. They just look like AI a little. I'm hoping. see, see, he already has favorites. Mimic is funny. They did, but they. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I don't have to actually know the TCG to be able to appreciate the way something looks. You know what I mean? Like you, I don't have to know anything. I didn't even have to know her name or the card name to appreciate the style, the art, the colors. You know, it looks nice. It does. Um, we'll have to see. I hope people like the TCG, the actual card game, how it plays, because that will determine a lot. I know you're looking at these some of these like an investment. You're keeping those first edition box sealed Mimic, and hopefully these singles do well. But I think a lot of it's going to be determined by that like core of people that are going to play that TCG. Are you going to try it out? Is there like a is there maybe like a pre-release going on for this thing? Are you going to try this thing out? Are you going to try to go to like a something? And I want to know if you're actually going to attempt to play the game. Cuz like Pokemon, the Pokemon game is fun. Like I actually like going to pre-release events. They're fun. Nice. Let me know your experience. I hope you make a are you going to make a video? I don't know. I don't know if this makes sense to make a video about on your channel. I've made videos that don't exactly align with what I'm doing, and, like, I feel like YouTube scolds me, and it says, "You're not getting views today." So, it doesn't, like, send the stuff to the right, I guess, audience. So, I don't know if Pal World video would do good on your channel or not, but I don't know if it would do anything to your algorithm, but, I would hope to, see some kind of a review from you, like, some kind of a video that says, like, what your experience was like with the game overall. Was it fun? Is like the functionality of it? Is it easy to play? Is it just flow right, like, or flow well? Um, yeah, I would definitely love to see something like that. Because the cards look cool. Some of them do look cool. And now I'm so curious. Freaking Joey is saying something about uh the cards actually being AI. So now I want to see who drew the card, if there are artists that drew these cards now. Now I'm like actually interested. Favorite number. Why does none of these cards have like the information um on there? Like if there is an artist, they don't say anything. Like I'm on an official Pal World site right now, and it doesn't say anything about the artists that are here, like at all. It doesn't say who drew it. It just says like what it does, power. So I'm curious now. I would like for the art styles to look different. Like that's something that like I do appreciate in the Pokemon TCG. Like for example, Inept brought up in the Discord. He brought up. No, that's not it. Where is the? Thought it was here. Is this the full? No, it's not. So he brought up that there's an artist that's like embroidering cards, right? And the card looks amazing, right? Which is the Nidoran. Where's the Nidoran? Here it is. Like, look at this. Like, how could you not appreciate that? Look at that embroidery. Look, that looks crazy. I never thought I'd see a card like this. You know what I mean? Like, so I do like the different arts in Pokemon. I hope that if Pal World does continue and it does well, that they do something similar to Pokemon in the sense that they let various artists draw cards and actual artists. If it is AI, don't know what it is. Maybe Joey was really just trolling, but I would hope that they do, you know, do cool stuff like this. Like this is sick. Like whoever this artist is, I don't, are they new? Tayu, does anybody know if Tayu is new? I'm pretty sure if you write in the artist name into TCG Player, um, oops, it comes up. No, 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 not Tabu Koko, bro. What are you doing? Looking for the artist. It's not he. It doesn't even come up. I don't even think it recognizes him as an artist. To be honest, cards. Oops. Tapulele, no, nothing. It doesn't recognize him as an artist. That might be. I wonder if that's his first card because this looks amazing. So I don't know. You know, I hope Powell does do something like that. I think it'd be cool. Um, but I am going to do some homework on it. I'm going to look into the gameplay. Now I'm curious to know if Rev played that game too. But I think Rev is just taking advantage of opportunities. I think he's finding the right plays and just taking advantage of those. So, but yeah, Strawberry Pokemon said, I love Power World. And she's like, all right, peace. I'm out. She was gone. She was gone. Kira was gone. They are new. So also so he's new. Okay, there you go. That card, I'm Blackwire, I'm glad you're still here because I know you look more you're looking into the artists of the cards way more than I am. But that one right there, that one, like, I don't know, man. That thing should get like an award for 2026. I never thought I would see a card like that. I don't know who thought of that, like, or how this came about, but it's it's a pretty cool looking card. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure at some point, you guys over there in Henry's Discord or on the channel at some point are going to touch up on that card. Or if you haven't already, maybe you should bring it up to them, because I think that'll be a nice discussion for all the guys that appreciate artists over there. I know there's a lot of the big group of guys that do love that. So I think it'd be pretty cool. But then, yeah, Power World is a whole different thing for me. Like, I'm gonna look into it. I can't promise that I'm gonna buy, especially now that all the MSRP prices are gone. I don't know if I'm gonna buy any of that, especially with something that I was never looking into buying in the first place. As I said before, um, one thing I will be looking forward to is Naruto next year in 2027. Now, that right there, I think is going to be a whole different thing of its own. I love Naruto. I expect that thing to be a big deal. Popularity is crazy. Yep, they be a Yukomori prodigy. Yeah, I think so too. I think that. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the typo. I got you. Yeah, I think so too. I think that they're going to be legit. I think that people are going to love that card. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it here now. Obviously, I'm thinking about just when the English set finally comes out. I'm just gonna pick up a whole bunch of those commons, just a whole bunch of those commons, just because we've seen what other common cards in the past have done for like Yukamoris and Komiya cards and things like that. So cards that like really stand out. That's a really nice card. I'm really hoping that that person eventually gets some kind of a full art card, like a illustration rare or an SIR. I think it looked so cool. Stay tuned to the Print Layer podcast. We will cover it. What print? I don't. Where is this? Is this another YouTube channel? Please tell me. I don't know what that is. Is that a new segment on Henry's channel, or is this a new YouTube channel? That's Oh, Mimic, you weren't here? I said that earlier. I said it earlier. I went onto YouTube, right? I went onto YouTube. I'm here still on Kiro's thing. Uh, I went, I was at home, and once I went on here, I said something earlier. Look at Heart Attack. Look, I said this earlier. It said Power World versus Pokemon. And I was like, oh hell no. This is what I was saying earlier. You didn't realize I said that? That's what I was saying. I was like, let me look at the prices, because once Rudy talks about something, it usually gets pumped. And look at him with his little PCG thing here. I'll never grade a card with him, because for many reasons actually. But yeah, I pointed that out earlier, and yeah, I have a feeling that you know it's gonna pump a little harder than it would have done organically if he did not mention it. But I think now, with all the people who watch this channel that are mainly there for investing, they're gonna pump it harder than whatever is already pumped. Like, they're gonna start buying this thing. Is it on TCG Player? Yeah, TCG Player is like, what did you just put in here? No, it's not. TCG Player did not like that. But yeah, well, that'll be it, guys. I've been streaming for over 3 hours. I appreciate you guys being here. Mimic, I appreciate you bringing up Power World over here and stopping by. And I guess you even brought some people. Um, you even brought some people over. You brought Kira and Team Market Joey over here. I appreciate you, man. Like I said before, hopefully we can go live soon. I've mentioned this to you like every time you come into my live, I'm gonna say this to you, Mimic. For some reason, you're dodging me. Um, but but yeah, thank you for being here, man. Everybody else, Rev, Blackwire, appreciate all you guys, Karma, everybody that's here, that's just chilling out in the background. Thank you for being here. Commercial popped up right when I was in a row. It's cool, man. Print Layer is Hectic and my podcast, so it's on Hectic's channel. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to Hectic already. So Look at this guy. You see what I'm saying? No love over here. No love over here coming this way. Too busy opening Power World. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. I'm trying to get you on here, and I think it'd be really fun. And I'm pretty sure, Mimic, you know who Suge Nasty is. Suge Nasty already agreed. The three of us here are going to be the three bald brothers, bro. Like the three bald coutiers, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be over here doing some good things with our shiny heads, just having fun, man, like always. Oh, it's an independent channel. Yeah, DM me, please. I am in Henry's Discord as well, so I'm pretty sure you could easily find me there. Or if you want me to DM you first, then I'll definitely I'll add the channel. I'll subscribe. Toad, thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you guys. Uh Once again, hopefully I mean, I don't know if it's hopefully. If I don't work overtime tomorrow because I don't want to I'm not going to say that I don't want to make money. Um I'll make a video tomorrow, man. I've known Suge Nasty way longer than I've known you. Well, I'm pretty sure if you know him, that's why I said I'm pretty sure you know Suge Nasty. And Suge Nasty has been around way longer than I have in this space. And even when I started out on my channel, I had a pretty decently hard time growing my channel. So you weren't going to know who I was anyways. I don't even know how you found me in the first place, to be honest. I guess like everybody else does, um but yeah, I think it'd be fun, man. Just a fun stream. Um that's all I'm really into it. You know, I know I come on here and we're talking and investing all the time, but I genuinely love talking anything Pokemon related anyways. If it's Pokemon investing, if it's just a Pokemon TCG, I know you talk investing all the time. Suge Nasty, even though he doesn't talk investing in his channels, he very well understands investing as well. He is a vendor himself. He does know exactly how this hobby functions when it comes to the business side of things as well, like when it comes to vending, when it comes to the money side. Um, but at the same time, I feel like you and him, as well as I, actually like Pokemon like a lot. So I would even I'm not even gonna say it because then if I don't do it, it's not gonna happen. I was gonna say something and I'm not gonna say it, and I'm glad that I didn't right there. And it wasn't a bad thing, anyways. It was just about something that I've been considering doing, but it was like an extreme thing. But oh, not maybe not extreme. It's fine though. But yeah, guys, maybe we could work that out one day, Mimic. When you're comfortable. I don't even see you hopping on many lives, and people are always telling you to hop on their lives. So I don't know what's up with that as well. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. Mimic, you too. Thank you for stopping by. All you guys, Mimic, I'll be for sure. I'm gonna try to be on time for your hottest cards of the week tomorrow. Maybe too much Power World, maybe too much hottest cards of the week. I'm gonna be there for the premiere tomorrow. Hopefully, I make it on time because it seems like there's a big time difference between me and you. You mentioned 8 o'clock. Your video came out at freaking 11 last time, I think. And being for me at least, it was like a 3 hour difference. So I'll try to be there on time tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully I have a video out tomorrow as well if I don't get out of work too late. But yeah, guys, it was fun. I wish I could be here longer, but it's already 11:16, and as you guys know, I get up at 5:30 in the morning to go to work. So it's always a sad time saying bye to you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, though. Of course, like the stream if you can. I appreciate it. If you want to join the Discord, for those of you that want to, that's there as well. Talk singles, sealed, anything you want, Pokemon TCG related. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Peace.